Hello. Hold on, let me check everything's working. Okay. I am here.
Fans stopped asking if they could win.
Sentinels won.
Questioned whether or not they could even lose. But expectations weigh heavy, and things changed in Bangkok. It was a bumpier ride to the finals versus T1,
Oh,
but
we
they
know
made it.
G2's story. What do we think of this? So they're keeping King, Tex, and Com. It's a strange one, isn't it? It's like, who are you gonna get though? Like, you have to go NA players, or you have an English-speaking roster. Is King IGLing again? It's just strange, isn't it? I mean, it makes sense. Don't get me wrong, but it's just a bit strange. Check Chet's tweet. You're gonna have to send it to me. Some tier 2 randos. It's just strange. I just don't. My things with moves like this are, who are you gonna get that is like definitely better? You know what I mean? People can blame Ito Pater all they want, but your goat has slept during practice multiple times for 2 years in a row. Then I would say that's fucking bad scouting, to be honest. I mean, that's just bad scouting. Okay, here we go. EG versus G2. Get Victor, maybe? I mean, maybe. Demon 1 was statistically their best player. I mean, I just don't think it matters, to be honest. I mean, there's like levels, right? So there's levels of like, if you're like Aspas good, or like, oh, if you're Demon 1 on EG Champs 2023 good, you can get away with being a bad teammate. You can get away with being a bit lazy. You can get away with that shit, right? Because you're that good, right? If you're messy, you can get away with that shit. But if your player's like down here, you ain't getting away with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, you're just not. You're just gone. What is this little thing they're doing?
Number 1 seed, but now find yourselves in that's a possibility.
Well, EG is a dangerous team for finding their identity so recently.
God, I can't wait for Sideshow to give us this awful cast. I think Demon One's biggest problem is actually his role. I just don't think you can be. I mean, his Neon was actually okay. Obviously, we know he can play Jet. He can play some Brim. But, like, this is not an agent pool that really lends itself right now to being successful. Did I watch the same game off stream? I watched a bit of it. I watched the end of little MIBR little comeback there. Okay, here we go. G2, EG. Masters Toronto on the line. EG probably will put me to sleep. What time will this game end? Probably about 3 a.m. my time. 3 a.m. my time. Pacific will start at 9 a.m. That's a no fucking go from me. 11 a.m. is when TMV will be up. Lotus split. Fred? I might miss the first game of Pacific tomorrow. Honestly, I don't feel that well. I've got an ear infection and it's fucking doing my head in. Right, EGG2. There you go. Oh, fuck it. We already got a bread. We do. Warlord Wibbs is here. Wow.
This is
Oh,
Valorant.
Wixper, thanks for the 23
Heritage.
months. You are. We're closing in on 2
Closing
years.
in on a year.
1 year, 2 years. You're closing in on 2 years.
Hello, Mr. Think. I am formally proposing the following emote for the channel.
I'm not. You've proposed it at the wrong time. I mean, I'm not against it, but I'm not the guy that does this normally. Let me see what it is. It's not loading. It's not a great sign. Surprise show. Honestly, yeah, we could put surprise show in there. Kermy Homie, thanks for the 28 months. In fact, I'll put it in the fucking mod chat. Can someone add this? There you go. It's in the TMV mod chat. So hopefully it will get added. What are we playing? Lotus? Yeah, EG play Clove on Lotus. They have done for an extremely long amount of time. Kermy Homie, 28 months. Is many months. Can EG do it? I'm putting their chances at about 20%. I'd say about 1 in every 5 times this game is played that they win it. Track by track for EG? That's paper regs that are track by track. Here we go.
The stakes have been set up beautifully, honestly. They couldn't be simpler. Win and define your year, genuinely, and I think Korea's on the line with it alongside it, because G2, all expectations for them to be making it to Toronto, of course, but they find themselves facing off against an unlikely foe, which is EG in that lower bracket.
And the last 2 matches for G2 have been remarkably...
Look at his hair. Look at his hair. Look at his hair. We did that. We did that. It's still got a full month as well to grow.
EG have a serious chance of making it. Which of those would you say was more unlikely at the beginning of this
Toronto's
stage?
still
I don't even know.
month away.
We're seeing that slow beginning. EG are known for defining themselves. Josh
Am I
RT
drunk?
saying in that
No.
interview,
I'm
hearing
tired
from
though.
him that EG are
So
a dangerous
it might
team. They're
seem
finding
like
their
it.
identity. Heating up
I
at
might
the
be a
right
little
time.
slow.
And that's this double walk forwards.
Okay,
You heard from
this
Mimi,
should be an attack-sided
Quincy,
map.
and Ye, the 2 players
Interesting that
so
G2
good right now
G2
in
are a
the
strange
playoffs,
team
putting pressure early on and doing damage to
when it
Jonathan.
comes to
He still
Lotus.
has full breach
Because
util
they've
apart
picked
from that
defense
start.
side here, and I remember from
Using a
last
flash
year,
shot,
I
reclear,
think they were
to be just in
literally
case someone
the
had taken the
only
timing. And
team
now it's Valen who has to
that
back
went to
off
champs
as
last
the
year that
door is
had a
open.
defender-sided Lotus.
It's going to respect a lot of the space that's being taken up here by EG.
And we're actually better on
Well,
defense than they were
to
attack.
contain, maintain.
So it's
control
interesting
as
they've
well
also
towards
picked
A-Rubble.
defense here
And
as
this
well.
is really crucial.
Personally, I
because
think
we've
that playing
seen games where
this
Superman
comp,
just
you
dominates
always want to be
by
on attack.
taking this really
For me,
late A-lurk
especially when you're
timing.
playing against no sentinel
Very
both sides.
standard
Like,
slow round from EG so far, seeing
know,
if they can
but-
work a lurk, but generally grouping over towards C-Mount.
Yeah, and now you might see the hit
Oh, they
come
missed the
through, but still
prowl.
that util was saved for a rainy day. G2 had it in their back pocket,
Oh,
trying to go
that
for the
was a
refight as well. But an
strange fight
exchange
by
of the
Valen.
lead. It's Valen who's going to be the first one to
okay,
drop.
they find the first
Quick little
kill.
pivot now. It's cheeky, but G2 are
Pivot
going to
into
be waiting
B.
with open arms to try and absorb most of this pressure
I
coming
just
his
lived
way.
that somehow.
Nature dropped into the play. Jogma already finding one of his own. Off to the side here. It's off to the extremities. EG
Jonah.
going hunting for any chance to lay claim to this side plan. Finally going down here and defended in time here with a nade in the back pocket.
Oh,
Bit of
and Icy
damage
got the-
done.
they're so low.
Icy and Derek are tearing G2 to pieces.
I
What
see with a
pivot
big
from
round.
EG, late round into B. Icy springs forward and takes heaven control. The rest of the team gets stuck a little bit in the choke point. Jonah, despite his weak health, did everything he could. But Icy's kill onto Trent really opened the door. You're going to see a ton of this. EG, doesn't matter how much pressure they apply throughout the early and mid round, which generally they're going to be quite slow, it's the late round where all the action happens.
Nice, let's go. Come on, baby.
The last 30 seconds is
Oh,
just
they look
action,
confident.
team
They look
fights,
calm.
trying to get through the defense.
I think
and
this could be
hoping that they've
close.
let out enough utility to make the site hit work.
And a
Do
team
they
like
need
EG
to win
as
this
well,
map?
been
I
lucky
can't
almost
remember
in terms of the
EG
opponents
split,
they've been
I'll be
playing
honest.
against. Finding this form, I say that because the slow style that they play, it really heavily favors them if a team is ready to.
G2 split has been a bit mixed, but they have been,
you know, I think in the back of
good at
everybody's
it at
minds,
times.
alongside as well, their wins against Crew.
It won't be
Two
close.
teams that like to try and take that pace and that
I
action.
don't know. I mean, Icy's just
But when
in
you
like
look at G2,
Icy
you're
honestly is
expecting to see
probably
a
in the
team that
best
deals with
form
this slow pace style quite well.
he's
They're
been
a
on.
great team in terms of their composure,
In terms of tier 1, I
and they're
think.
also super happy to play a slower style too. You didn't see them use too much of their utility on the pistol. They didn't try to force a fight into EG. They forced EG to make the play into B, and EG still won.
Here's an attempt at a refight there with a
Oh,
fault
just as
line.
you
That's
try
gonna
and
be
praise him, he
coming up with the
dies.
goods. Icy's dropped at a moment's
them a
notice.
guardian.
EG though are corralled, cornered, in for a tree, and surrounded now. Still with a better weaponry. Not too much to worry about for now, but you've got to try and see if you can hold on to control of this one. It's a bit of an exchange, and look at this call by EG.
Okay, they
Flip
punched
side.
And they planted
decisive,
for it as well, so
fast,
they should be fine
making sure
here.
that they
It
take
should
a
be
bit of
pretty
space.
impossible, unless Sousa got it, Valen,
Could be
with the
pressure,
Guardian
could find
goes
the timing.
crazy.
Looks like he's going to try to take the fight and spawn as Ye swings
He dies.
Etsu.
And
Okay.
of course, and Prime
Got their
Ye's
heads
back.
clean off the shoulders there. Leave it all down to Jonah P. With the weapon that was claimed just a bit prior. But too many targets to overcome, surely, and indeed it is. Weapon's going to be reclaimed at the other side of this one. EG get through these opening rounds relatively cleanly.
Okay, it's a
Prime
good
Ye
start
is
for
here
EG.
playoffs, man.
Yeah,
He's just,
he is.
it's unbelievable how much better Ye and Icy have been during this playoffs compared to, I mean, not just their regular stage 1 performance, not just kickoff, but like, when have we seen them be this good consistently? We've seen flashes from Icy when he was playing with G2, which that cosmic irony will play out all throughout this match, I'm sure. But like, Ye, it's been a long time since you've seen him at this kind of form. Couldn't find a better moment for either of them.
Looking ahead for a bonus conversion as well. I mean, EG. Here we are. Going to be seeing a fight to be taken here with a Prowler forward,
Oh,
but
he
that is a
got
good
stunned,
stun
they
against that
still went
connection.
through.
Icy falls prey to it as well. Still eager to take these
need
fights
to get
forward
out,
and leave
though.
it hard committed off to the side here.
Not
Yeah,
going
he steps
to.
up to the challenge. To
So
test.
confident.
You can get ult.
Definitely not to be denied that share of blood, and there's no other response for it.
Not to be denied the ult orb either, so that gets
So now
ult
you've got
online
an
for
extra
Ye.
life,
He's going to
essentially.
be able to take aggressive fights and still feel pretty confident about being able to go in and get value even afterwards.
Aggro as anything here, Jonah P! A
Oh,
chance
but he's
to
not gonna
shine and
find
maybe
a fight.
potentially done enough, and that's not dead yet, but guess what? There are no targets waiting for you. Run all you like.
I mean, Ye at least is going to be getting a little bit of information. He's going to realize and feed info back to Superman. There's nobody around here at all. They could possibly be CT, but it's almost certain they're on the flank. He deletes Trent, and it's
He
only
knows the
Jorg
second
left.
is coming
Divided
there
to
as well.
1v1 Superman.
Wow.
It's been a star player for them when EG have been trying to get these wins on. Lotus is a map. Up against Jorgamo though, and that's a tough test indeed. Jorgamo rattles off a couple of the bullets, and one to the chest will do it. Superman is in a sorry state in terms of the health, and Jorgamo primed.
Okay, big win from Joel. I mean, but again,
Clutched up
not
there,
a
just
bad
onto the
round for a
slightest of high
bonus
ground.
round from EG. That's pretty good. It's a lot of damage.
Shuts down the momentum.
It was
that his former
winnable.
team might have been able to get going early on here. But to be honest, I think you zoom
It was
out a
well
little
played
bit. That is a
by-
great
who was it,
bonus round for
Jonah?
EG.
Avoiding
They've done
the
some
drone?
serious damage to the economy there. Only Jorg left alive. They're on defense side G2 as well, so they don't even get plant money or anything like that to try to boost the economy. It's going to really hurt. They're going to be
Did wonder there if Super maybe could have. One thing I've noticed about Super is in clutches, he always just fights. He will always just fight you. He will not play time. He will always just fight. He will swing out. And you could almost see that from Joel there, the way he played that, right? Like he just stayed there. He just stayed there and waited because he knew he knew it was going to swing. Because Super, I feel like always swings in those situations. Because I was thinking, could you like try and slink away here to the back site? You've kind of planted it in a decent spot for yourself, like
just to get this buy together.
you know, and just kind of play time against the Yoru. Like, what are you gonna do? You've got close smokes there potentially to help you out as well. But no, he's just gonna fight.
And Leaf putting himself in this position, expecting that at some point he might get walked on. At the same time, though, EG love to default over towards Mound, and then that door could get open from behind you, and you get
A double
put in a really
bulldog on a
tough spot.
judge. It's not a great buy. Judge does have
Control
ult.
for it here. It's EG trying to lay claim to the space over towards A. G2 have been putting a heavy premium on controlling that space. We mentioned it prior, just Superman's lurks. Trying to deny that he could get value, and here comes the pivot now, up towards C Mound, and there's the danger. Leaf could be in.
Leaf's going to be hearing a lot of this. Now the question is, do they cut noise, open the door, and flush Leaf out, or is this a commitment?
Potentially. Narrowly avoiding there with a fault line, but here's the paranoia on top of it. Close quarters,
still
and
gets
inside
one.
it, not going to be doing too much at all. But here he is, from the side, as Jorgamo laying claim to the site.
Now, generally,
Denying them
EG's way of playing will
chances
be a
to pass
pretty
the
good counter
threshold,
to
and they should be aware
Yoru.
of this
Unfortunately,
one.
that Jorg
He's been doing it against teams.
got across
Towards
the
the
map.
tail end of stage one. Trent, fully aware, locked right onto the head. Superman dropped. Now Derek's left to pick up the pieces in this one in a 1v4. 15 seconds left remaining into the round. Extremely unlikely indeed. An inclination as to where Trent was, but 9 seconds to do it, and they are right there behind you.
Great idea of how Superman is going to be lurking. This has caught off a lot of teams.
Okay, 2-2.
We heard the analysts talk about the fact that you want to be flushing out these lurk players, but what's caught other teams like Crew, for
they're
example,
on
off
an
guard
eco.
playing against
That
EG?
entry
Is
there,
that
I mean, I
lurks
think they got a bit
come so
fortunate,
late
to be
on.
honest. Yeah, that wasn't great.
Like, this is 25 seconds left on the clock. Still watching for a lurk at that
I
point.
think
in the
that's
time
where you're missing an omen,
is tough. Not many teams play that slow.
right? No flash there.
Now, I do want to give a lot of credit to Leaf there. You might not have thought that he got much action
And they
done
are
in that
playing a
round
like
with
they're
his
playing a
judge,
no
but he
flash
heard all
comp,
the
right? So
rotate.
just like
And
doing
he told his team
CXX
to
is
go and
probably
stack
not
C,
something
and
you
Jorg
want
was
to be
there in
doing a
time to
lot.
get the double spray down
To be
and
honest,
support
if you're
balance.
EG, like
Got
your
stunned up.
CXX,
That's
like
the kind
if
of
you don't
information
have
you
this,
need when playing against EG, the info game is so important
I mean, you can like
because
double
EG's
drone, I
worst
guess.
enemy
but
is going to be the clock.
Yeah.
if you just
They're
like straight
hitting
went to
sites
it,
with
but
25 seconds left, so if you can find the right read in the late round without getting punished for grabbing that information, you're hunky-dory.
don't know like Shio. Oh, it's Shio.
Making sure to
Oh, yeah.
save one of their util for
I didn't know if Shio was still
late
streaming.
hits into the round here. EG, no switch up in pace. They've taken this one very slowly indeed, just looking to see if they can
Yo,
get a couple of ults
Hello.
online for next.
Opening
Hello,
that door
hello,
to
how are
push
you?
Jorgamo further back. Not that they knew that he was
I'm
there,
okay,
but it's a
how
good
are you?
protocol
How was
anyway,
the map,
just to stop
first game?
any of the defenders from taking front
Fucking
B
nuts.
control.
like Sentinels look
Macro
so
game
good.
being played pretty well by EG so far, but remember,
Jenem
it's just
looks like a
Sheriffs.
real player. It's fucking lit. The rest of them are kind of flopping.
Spike is going to be steadily making its way over towards A here.
And
A lot
it
of
is
uncertainty.
It is tough to gather information over here with Superman.
What did you get up to? The people were claiming you were getting hella drunk.
Okay.
That's
No,
a
that did-
really
that did
large
not happen.
expenditure.
Anticipating that there'll be
okay.
someone home at least onto the side, but
But
G2
my friend was
completely
moving to London,
evacuated.
so
no one was near. Dimensional
It was
Drift
the
is going
last
to be used
day
now by Jorgamo. He wants to get that extra
here,
information
so,
for his
yeah,
team. It's
yeah,
a
yeah.
late
I
backstab
forgot
that
what day it
potentially
was.
could be occurring. Derek,
was like,
they
oh,
got
yeah,
through
okay.
mid. It's 9 seconds left. Finally, that plant's going down. Yay, forward, off angle. Sheriff in hand, and it's a nice little peek there from Jonah P.
Zekken is honestly an unfair about it. He was crazy today.
Stunned up, round to the side, Leaf. He deals with him. It's a swift hand necessary, still 2 shots. All it takes for Derek finally coming alive and activating in through that backstab.
Still
But the
the
sight is
double-
gained up now for G2. And this is applying the pressure
getting on it.
indeed. What about that plan? It's a salvos and a shot. Still,
what are
they
we doing
haven't
there?
cleared out nature. They haven't cleared out these players.
This is losable.
Rooted into place. EG have a decent chance of this. Another time to try and push them out. but composure maintained. Word of the day for a team like G2, and there's no real chance here for Derek. See if he can clean it up.
You're talking about composure. I was worried watching that from G2's perspective. They weren't getting onto Icy, who was holding it backside. They weren't clearing out the pit. But they know better than me. They still had the patience to be able to slowly group up and clear it out, make sure that they were double facing their opponents, and just rely on the better weaponry.
The double flank.
I was
Normally, again, normally I say flanking on A doesn't really do shit a lot of the time.
Territory there, but
you often end up going, I feel like often in these, like in this area, I feel like you often end up going 1 for 1.
Get into the lead here.
Yeah.
So like if you spend 2 people on the flank, it's just like you might go 1 for 1 here, and then in here it doesn't really matter.
I think to not get flustered when the time gets low and he spots against a team like EG here and attempt to try and take this one up and over towards the top. There's a flash to supplement. Quick TP back though to get Crash back to safety. Opening pick, you're going to be happy with that.
The thing about EG is like against these other teams,
a lot of teams brawl
they've been finding a lot of space and
can't quite handle the early round utility that they use.
Punishing ill discipline. You're just not gonna like G2 aren't gonna over rotate. They're not gonna fucking. They're gonna trust each other.
Is going to help a ton.
So I think if I was EG, I'd be fucking deathballing, to be honest.
And if you don't have that with 30 seconds left on the clock, who the hell's going to be going in
is
like
like
Jorgamo.
In terms of
this
deathball,
there ain't no way, right?
Flying in wait here.
He dodges the drone.
Timing onto the drone and a reposition is
They've
smart.
cooked this drone a couple times.
Looking for options, looking for picks. There's danger here, crossing out into the open, he just spots out to the hand as well, and he's going to be laying claim, potentially over towards the side here. Yay! Sidestepping, bullets raining down, Jorgamo. Punished for it, 36 seconds left, and what is a call now with the Armageddon and a horn into the back? This is all on to leave now, put a stop to it. It's got that supplementary util though. It's an ult going to be expended with his own, but Ye's got the timing. All the way through 25 seconds. Where are you taking the spike in the midst of all of this? Superman!
Where's the spike fucking going?
Where's the
Someone's
spike?
going B?
Because Superman just
Super just won the round. Okay. Classic EG round. Everyone go fucking lurk and we'll win.
Timings on timings. With the clock ticking down at all times. That's absolutely remarkable. Ye gets into a weird position. Superman's lurk eventually pays off as well. And there's poor Derek with the spike, just wondering where he's going, getting pulled from site to site, trying to find a safe location. But Superman's 2 on B.
I mean, if Jonah wins that fight,
in an essentially impossible situation.
Not long for the world. If Derek can land that one,
even with the 3 kill here.
So 3-3, EG proving that it can really dish it out against the gun round.
Jonah
What are you
wins
thinking?
that
This is
on
like
B,
this is your matchup to watch. Like, this is the age-old TMB question.
Sometimes you wish that
what was that, sorry?
the sites just a little bit
like this is the penultimate finale of the question you've been asking every single day.
Yes, true.
That he catches the timing on
And what are you thinking right now? Like, is it leaning more one way than the other after these rounds?
Jonah trades in, Jonah's going to be there.
Having watched the start of this game, and especially that round, that's like classic EG round right there.
Talking about, I don't know how I got into that
I
position,
am
but I made it work.
A little worried for G2, but not overly concerned. I think they just picked the wrong side on this map. I don't really get why they picked defense,
They've been
but whatever.
deadly with these.
There is a world where G2FNC and EDG don't make Toronto.
And that's the one rifle player, Jonah P.
I mean, there's a.
Collects his kill.
But if G2 do lose this, as people point out to me earlier today, there's a chance that all 4 of the top 4 of Masters, the first Masters, don't make it to the next one.
And just the lurkers getting the job done.
And that's never happened before.
Absolutely no way that's ever happened before.
Control over rubble. Trying to deny Superman any entry, and that's spam for Jonah B, and it works like a charm.
Sometimes better
yes. Give them the stingers and they'll win, even if it's not the stingers getting the kills.
So,
nope.
Got it in.
Wait, what's your count?
Really has
46, 5,
really aggro positions now out towards B, and they are primed and ready here. But the door opens up and a fault line towards it. It's a bit of a spray down, spam down. With guns in their hands, happy days
Stinger
for
best
G2.
gun.
And I think this macro is beautiful from G2. Complete control of rubble with 2 players. Jorgamo gets posted. Then they
use a warm wet washcloth and pressure for an ear infection for some relief.
I think they can use this system quite a lot to abuse EG.
It's given me fucking tinnitus.
Good tap from Derek, but not anticipating the position there from Valen.
Which, I mean, even as someone, if any of you have tinnitus, I feel sorry for you. How do you say it? Tinnitus? Tinnitus? I don't know how you
They're
even
kind
say
of
the
hoping
word.
that by applying pressure elsewhere
That's
on
how
the map,
unfamiliar with
Superman will be able to
I am.
disactivate on alert.
Tinnitus?
I've seen the span through smoke. Caught a glimpse of it right before the
Americans say tinnitus? Yeah. How do British people say it?
Too is once they had that rubble locked out, they were going to be able to re-clear towards the front of B with about, I don't know, 40
British
seconds
people
left
say
on the clock,
tinnitus.
I'm actually on the
Pretty cool.
the wavelength of thinking that Sentinels might be the strongest team
Did I
coming
get an ear
into
infection? Not a fucking clue.
this Masters out of NA.
But I don't have it. I don't have it right now. I haven't had it today. I had it yesterday and the day before. But today it's gone. Hold on. Oh yeah, today nothing. It was just in my right ear. I had to get Nick into my room to see if I could hear if he could hear what I was hearing, and he was just like, "Oh." Shai O'Donnell? Oh, what did you say? Sorry.
But this slow-paced style is trying to live up to their name. They're trying to play a bit more cerebrally, but it's tough against a team like G2. Yeah, and it's going to be an A re-clear. They've realized that Jorgamo is getting pushed up here with Trent's util, and they want to try to punish him.
Easier said than done.
I take it back. I take it all back. There's no way EG win.
Gets set up initially, but he is on a bit
Wait,
of an
what
eye out of the
happened?
gate.
What
Chris is gonna
happened?
be running out soon enough here.
I don't know.
There
I
it
just
is.
all of a sudden felt a
Pivoted out.
wave of
Jorgamo's gonna be
confidence.
trying to peace out.
Oh, as soon as I say that, he dies to Salvo.
Strategy tonight.
Those are TV. Thanks for the 2 months.
Felix thinks EG is the best team in the world. What is your stance on this?
Gonna shore up the defenses over towards C with that Viper's Pit.
I don't quite agree.
This pit
Actually,
on 1 minute
C,
off
Jonah
of
P.
no info.
Madness fight here. Superman, he's been caught off to the side as well, but barely stays alive. Straight bullets. Jonah P now is the one who has to step up to the plate. Take that challenge.
Really?
Take
From
that
Super,
test.
that should be the
Dropped
round.
at a moment's notice though, and that means the B site is open
Hold
for
on,
them.
big rap coming in from.
Lurks on Lurks. Leaf is going to be wrapping around
Super's
steadily
ready for
here.
it. Super's
Does
ready
not
for
win the
that.
fight
Oh my
out.
god.
Not against his adversary.
Superman's just been amazing for EG in these last few rounds.
Doubled up towards
Hold
heaven.
up.
Discipline from
He
EG.
hold up. It's a 1v4.
Trent's still able to get a lot of
Yeah,
space out
and?
here. Damage done to a lot
It is
of
the
them
clutch
too.
master, but not on defense.
But no one from EG willing to
Against Salvos, he
do an
doesn't have as
easy
much time.
crack it. Salvos an attempt to try and clear the way
Probably
through into
salvo
the room,
himself.
but EG already wrapping all the way around, looking to be one step ahead of this one.
At the top, brother.
Potential options here. Trent taps. Here's the footsteps. Gets the kill, but time is running short now. That's the one commodity that he really needs into this spot. Yeah, he knows it.
Dude, there was a world.
Plays
There
the
was a
time
world.
down.
There was no world.
4-4.
Yeah, he just gets that one
on
tap
the
and
clock.
then
No,
fucking
there's
flicks
no world.
immediately 180 above
No
him.
time.
No time.
Superman, though, it looks phenomenal in these kind of spots. I mean, this play is lovely. What a great play that Potter cooked up coming out of the tag timeout. But Superman gets such a crucial kill there onto Jonah P and
Vulnerable
turns
one
around and
them
deals
that.
with Leaf. So he controls B main.
And I think that Jonah made the right choice, right? Taking this 1v1,
Beautiful stuff.
better than swinging the other way into
This was the
4.
map where Super put on a masterclass
Hey, if he
performance
wins
against
that
the crew.
1v1, they win
And
the
that was
round.
really where the tide
Always
turned
run
and
into
people
the
started
one.
waking up and paying attention to EG.
Never run back.
Here for G2.
Run forward.
Different look at things. Operator in the hands of Jorgamo. Want to try and set him up. Odin spam as
Did
well.
I admit that Clove is good
pouring
on Lotus?
absolutely everything into this one.
No,
here.
I
You got to
still
be
think-
careful, Nature. You can not only sidestep, but just
They'd
onto
be
that
better off
angle.
running
Not
Omen.
anticipating.
But I think it's just
The
that
G2
yeah,
are
you
just gonna
can't
overload
play
them.
Omen.
Yay and Icy, they got posted up early towards B main and left Yay here as an insert. So you've got to imagine that they're looking to try to pivot through Blue Room. First they'd have to deal with Trent. There would be Odin spam as well, coming through this wall, through to the Blue Room, if they decided to pivot like this into B. And then of course Leaf is
Oh, I
tucked
hope
towards
Sideshow
B main.
does the fucking
It looks
zoom
so
on a
tough.
player's face.
Smokes to obfuscate.
He will.
Here in the drone now, you're going to know inclination, of course, here. EG looking to try and step their way forwards into that B hit as Leaf denies that chance.
When people talk about maps that they like
now,
watching, this fucking Odin shit
Jorgamo.
should be
Once
counted
more steps
against
to the
Lotus.
side. Quick dismissal.
Yep.
A spam into the smoke. Hello. Okay, Superman's found that one still. Ults are going to be offloaded.
Oh my.
This is G2
Pass round.
really just trying to not lose
Just
control
cooking
on
up
round. I
result.
think they've achieved that.
Blasting yourself
is
in
running rampant
aggro
right
off.
now. 3-piece in to the round, looking for that fourth to seal it all the way up here, but nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. G2 take the lead just by one.
Jorg was styling on them. He's inside a smoke trying to no-scope somebody if they try to put pressure towards stairs. Mad decision. And then, and then he's trying to hit flick shots and spray the ground, assuming that he'd won the round. And then holding it with one bullet in the operator. He was feeling himself in the op in this
Holy
round.
shit,
He
that's
hit
a crazy
nasty shot on Nature, a gorgeous shot on Derek. Repositioned, by the way, with the help of a paranoia from C. So they had Breach Util coming.
I moved backwards, and as soon as I moved backwards, he peeks, so I just can't shoot.
It's just,
They had Breach Util coming from Tree. They had a Paranoia coming from C. So much cross-map pressure.
Casters
to
trying not
apply
to
onto
laugh at
EG, who are
anything
now
a player
knocked down
says
on
challenge
Rico.
if possible.
still up against this operator in the hands of Jorgamo. No catching him. Back out and away here, but a
All right,
tempo
is this
increase
one-
by EG is called for.
All wrapped up.
No slowing down. Access to the
I
A
think
given up
G2 with
freely
6
here.
on
G2
defense,
have a lot
I
of
think they've
confidence
won.
in their ability. Try and play
Yeah.
retake here.
But they are going to be playing retake with an op. And an Odin. Could be slightly challenging.
Derek, and he spots it, he hears it. That pressure coming from the side. He's only got that ghosted down.
Holy Leaf
Is
got cooked.
No
Jesus.
way whatsoever. And now he's going to be the thorn in their side. G2, do they get a move on? They got to worry about their backs the entire time this is occurring. Trent is forwards as well.
Oh my
Should've been an
holy
easy kill,
fuck.
but he's left just wondering.
Oh my
What
god.
the hell is happening? And what has gone wrong so far? G2 from bodies at the wall, seeing if they can
What
try and
the
salvage
fuck?
this entire operation. It's an ult, not dead yet. Valen from the side, and Jonah P. Put
Okay,
the
it's fine.
squeeze down onto
All
Ye,
things are
leaves it
normal,
just
no
down to Derek.
salvos.
He was the one to try and make
Left
it
time.
happen.
Nice, good
Time.
trade.
They got it.
Yeah,
It's fine.
narrow margins.
Eighth
Super
notes.
close. Less than a second by
Quick
the
quiz.
look of
How many
things.
eighth notes is it before
But
the
they're
it's
going to
no
be able to
longer
get the
possible to
job done.
defuse?
That is so similar to the round that we saw earlier when EG were on an eco.
I don't know.
EG take the site, and G2, they're trying to
Take a
play it
guess.
slow, trying to play it controlled. But there is chaos.
I know
take a
that.
guess.
I want.
And credit to them, they've won
I
both
mean,
of those
one.
situations. But
One?
Derek just fried
You
Leaf
said take a
at
guess.
Blue
When
Room.
people do that, and I have
Do
no
we
idea, I
really
just
need to
say
see this
one.
again? Trent,
12 and
I
three
mean, Mike
quarters.
Pickford like the best player of 2025, and you're doing him dirty like that.
There's a grimace from the coach in C2.
6-4. EG, they're putting pressure on, but remember, they won the pistol. So since then, have only won 2 rounds. It's not actually good in the scoreboard department, and it's not getting any better.
Wading
yeah.
out into the one-way.
Let's have a fast 2-0.
Jorgamo, he's getting so active.
And this slow-paced style of EG, the slightly more contacty approach
And when
with
I
the
say
heavy
fast,
lurk
I mean
style,
fast for
it
EG.
just runs into the operator.
That's the problem for them here. Leaf is tucked to the corner, a bit out into the open. It's as Icy offloading with the ult up from the side. That's Nature, his savior. Still, big wraparound now. G2, that's 3 players. That's going to be called out by Superman. And what is the reaction now from EG? Push into CT, try and dominate some control, flip the map in some way or form. Maybe there's a chance for them, despite that player disadvantage. But
Oh, what a
Util,
stun.
What a
it's
stun.
picture perfect. G2 subvert expectations to wrap around again. EG thought they could get access towards it. Armageddon now lay it down, and this is Nature with no chance whatsoever.
God damn, they're just running him over.
A beautiful round
Yeah,
from
that's,
G2.
that's another round of like, we
They
know
push
what you're
fully
doing
out
before you
through
do
A,
it.
dominate the player
Yeah.
that's in the lurk kind of
Listen,
position.
map
Superman, who
1
was tucked towards
G2,
front B.
I'm no longer convinced
And
that
then
it's going to be
that
free though.
stun.
Because map
But
2,
Leaf,
these
who was
guys look like
alone
they don't
over
have hands
towards
anymore.
CT, they knew would be under
They're like
pressure.
rent from their
What a
future to win
read
these
this
fucking
is.
maps.
Maybe,
They know
honestly,
exactly what the
I mean,
adaptation is going to be
maybe
from
they
their
should
opponent
pick map 1.
before it even comes
Because they always seem to lose on
That's
their
the kind
map
of
pick.
G2 you're expecting to
Yeah.
see on this stage.
Maybe
And
that's
a
why they went
reminder
defense.
that it hasn't been clean recently.
No.
They lost the Sentinels.
Yeah, 7 on
Nailed by
defense
their
with this
edge of your
comp.
seat,
With these comps against
ridiculous
each other
overtime
should be
against
enough.
100 Thieves. G2 could have been out very reasonably already from these playoffs. But they persevered, and they've had an opportunity to stamp authority on this. And actually, in both of those
Yeah, they
series,
were
kinda
last year
went
better
before
on
the first
defense,
map. They
but
looked utterly dominant first map. And then
I don't know
opponents
about this
started
year. This year I
back
don't know
into
the
it.
stats. Maybe
Can
they're better on
EG
attack
close
this
out
year.
the half
Honestly,
score?
This is the G2 effect. Listen, brings the best
Leg
out of
shot,
the
that's so,
like that.
that's so
The leg
crazy.
shot. Yeah, Zuma not to
5
be denied,
HP.
not to be dropped. That snap as well to
Do you think
Geronimo.
legs are healthy for games that have ops?
Derek
Like
wants
leg
to try and
shots?
contain this space.
Yeah,
Holding a bit of his
sure.
U2,
This
and that's back to the
is
wall.
bold,
Just
but
the
it's
timing
good.
is
What
missed
are we
out.
doing?
Yay, he picks it perfectly. Rolling thunder forwards. Armageddon on top
Two
of it.
men
This
caught
is
making love in an
carnage.
alleyway.
And Jonah
And he
B!
still kills them
My
all
God.
and lives.
Heavy weapons guy
the
cosplay
Pyro Love
occurring
Man.
right from behind.
How's
That's a
Derek
bullet to the
doing?
brain. And the final round of this half. EG barely carved out a path here over towards the A side with a pit down. There is chances.
Now, if they're looking at scoreboard, they will know that they're both there.
Anything can happen in these kind of rounds. Nature trying to make his way forwards. Do they have utility really to clear out Superman? Superman taking decay damage, but he's already so weak.
So damn low, and you're up against Odin spam. It's going to be raining down onto you.
Do they have the comms of the damage that they've already done? I would assume so.
Yeah, Jorg knows he liked him. Paranoia is good. Nature has to be the one to try and hold this one down here. The tracers point out the position of Jonah P, and now let the stand up against this one. It's relentless. No mercy whatsoever. Shorty in hand, you get the one, but how do you get the rest? You just cannot.
Oh,
Time to spare 4 at G2.
looking good for
Wrap up this
G2.
first half of Lotus, 8-4.
They might not even give
And
him a
again,
prayer
remember,
here, to be
EG
honest.
won the pistol. So after that pistol and follow-up, it's basically been
Oh,
perfection
dear.
from G2. A statement opener to Lotus, a map that EG picked. Oh, but G2, it's probably their best map as well.
But yeah,
if we're
I
being
like
honest.
leg shots for enough.
This is a tough one for EG.
They
to
changed
take,
it, didn't
and
they?
it's
It
gonna
used to
get
kill you, no?
even
Or it
more
used to do
difficult,
like
I would argue,
140,
with them on
right?
the
And they
defense
changed
side.
it to 120.
That was 145, was it not? Or was it 120?
I think that was 120. I think it does 120 now.
At half.
People
Armor.
might correct me. It was 145, now it's 120. Yeah, I remember them changing it. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at G2's stats on this map.
Wait, so are you like a big tea drinker in the UK?
No, I don't drink tea really.
How do you caffeinate?
I don't.
You don't caffeinate?
No. The only things
These
I
raw
really drink
dogs.
are water. And then every so often I'll treat myself to a Fanta.
Nice.
Uh,
A non-American
okay, they're
Fanta does
perfectly
hit
balanced.
different.
Attack and defense. But yeah, some people are addicted. I mean, addicted maybe is well, are they addicted to tea? That's a good question. Some people
I
do
would
drink
say
a lot of
yes.
tea here.
Yeah.
People don't really say addicted to tea, do they? But I suppose, I mean, they are kind of, I guess. What the fuck is this little thing?
Motherfucking Zamboni, but... Oh, for Canada. Lamau.
It's just fucking on the middle of the stage. Oh,
That's so funny.
it's a fucking, is it meant to be hockey? What are they trying to do here?
Yeah, so like you know what a Zamboni is and for like hockey and stuff?
Is it like a thing that like makes the ice fucking...
Yeah, like it evens out all the ice. It like
Yeah,
redoes everything. So yeah, it's just Canada reference. Shout out.
What did they do in the olden days? Before they could wheel a little fucking machine out there.
I mean, you just kind of get water and like a broom thingy. I don't even know. Zambonis have been like around for a very long time.
Interesting. Are you a hockey guy,
Like,
Shia?
I know the default stuff about hockey, but I don't really follow the sport too much. I have to know stuff about it because I live here. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be a crime not to know.
G2 might just be in a different league entirely, and starting to open up here, EG have got something cooked and up their sleeves. Get an early advantage potentially there, but okay, it's spotted out. Valen's going to be seeing it. Early pressure out towards B.
I'm not sure if they were expecting a single lurk player there, or whether they thought it was going to be a B pistol from G2. But either way, EG didn't find too much. And now because the door opened on A, they were reading that it was an A hit. You saw the rotation.
So the door
from
opens
EG,
on A.
starting to lean
They
in over
drone
there.
C.
And then when the
It could
drone
be
came
either,
out from
right?
Trent, they're like,
You
hold
don't
on.
know.
We don't know where it's going right now. So you see EG's defense
And
kind
that
of
just
scattered
completely
currently.
spread out. And when you have no
Lacking
sentinel, this
info.
is a tough spot to be in. When you like
Incredibly
gambled
passive.
B early, and then they could be here,
Line
and
all the
they
way
could be
back. and
here.
It's further back than where the barrier started for a lot of these players.
They could be
It really
neither and
is.
come back B. Like,
And there's not been
They're like
much
go
so
into the
far
team
back,
extended
like
on
what, to have
either
people
side.
alive on the retake? They have
The
no
drone, though,
space of
is gone
anything.
from Derek, or in
Oh,
fact,
yeah,
he
it's
never
live.
bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
what?
they
They're
don't
just
really have a
guessing.
way
They're
of gaining
literally
info
just
beyond
guessing.
Icy just kind of jiggle peeking this.
Is this kind of the,
Get
you don't have a
punished.
chamber, you don't have a
Definitely could
Yoru,
get
you have like
punished.
no
35
free
seconds
TP
left.
backwards, so
G2.
you have to play in spawn?
Trying to give EG a taste of their own medicine, but
30 seconds left.
Well, I just got a sheriff, man. You don't get the blast back on the site. Like, what are we doing here?
Well, and still
Oh,
okay, that's just
Icy.
the
Shots
answer
laid
to
down
that
as soon as that
question.
orb is going straight up, and it puts
why are you
EG into a
fucking
pretty nice spot.
aftershocking under
5v4
Salva?
now to try and play this one into the retake, looking to potentially flood in and waiting for the right cue.
Trent versus Ye over
G2.
towards Blue Room.
And they're going for a walk of their own. Is it going to be anticipated? The timing is missed! And what a mistake to
Oh
make
my
there!
God.
Just
Still
missed it
though,
narrowly.
Nature-
Nature does his best to try and reclaim some space off to it, but Trent trying to
They're
deny
both
it.
low.
And damage is done to him.
Doable.
Jonah P, he's alone, he's
They lose this.
isolated!
They weren't both low. Sorry, I thought they were both low. They
EG
both should have been
with the
low. How did
squeeze
Valen
on
miss that
them.
many shots?
It's another pistol round. They're going to be able to lay claim
I mean,
to.
Nature got dinged through the wall.
Nature
70,
just
74
smacked
HP is a
them
one
with the
shot to a
pistol.
classic headshot,
He just
right?
got
So
two super important kills denying that push. Because you're so right, EG did not have that timing. Ah, look at that. That's how Leaf falls at the beginning from Icy. I thought it was through a smoke. But here's that other push, completely caught Derek and Icy off guard.
I thought that was it.
Nature turns around and deals a death blow back to G2. See what it means
Double
to
pistol,
Yeah.
winnable.
Get that fire back a
that
little
was
bit.
straight
And
up.
here
I don't know
comes
who Nature
G2
fought second.
on the
Was
force. They've been
Valen?
doing this quite a lot since the beginning
Thank
of
That
the
was
fuck
force.
someone
straight up
finally
classic.
bought an outlaw.
In
Holy shit.
situations like this, they have a 75% win rate. That's absolutely ludicrous. They have worse weaponry than their opponents, but they're winning 3/4 of the time.
Yeah, straight up. When's the last time
Control the pace
G2
on the
actually won a
attack
pistol
side here,
round?
lying in
Real
wait.
close.
Bro, I swear Super got hit
Jump
by
spot
this
just missing that
exact
one onto the
same.
timing, and
I
Jordan
swear he got hit
He
by
did.
the
Happy
exact
to
same
clean
thing.
him
I
out.
did.
He did.
Take him out
Yep.
of the picture now. It's open access to that C site.
It happened in the Sun game as well. Whoever's like
EG.
jiggling there.
Difficult indeed.
Just
An
gets
abundance
fucking
of
walked
util
up
as well,
on and
pushing them
dies
all
on a
the way
rush.
back and away. That's
On
a
an eco as
paranoia.
well.
Delaying this attempt and take. EG are trying to get themselves into this one. Outlaw in hand, not the
That's good
weapon of
by
choice
Valen.
for Icy. But he's got to make do. Stuns. Ricocheting,
He comes back.
rebounding
Wow,
here.
so nice.
Picking them apart
He
in the
kills two
seas.
people
This is
straight
just
away.
G2 at their best.
Is it yay time?
Add another one to the tally,
Kinda
Josh.
Yay.
Holy shit.
It's not quite flawless, but it looks like it. That's amazing.
Fucking G2
How do they
stingers.
win these rounds so cleanly? They just have such great ideas, and they get themselves into positions where the Stinger looks unbeatable. The America's Stinger is OP. What's ridiculous though too is G2, they're winning, I mean now more than 75%, like 77% or whatever after this round, but they're still only forcing 1/3 of the time when they lose pistol. Do it more often, man.
Yeah.
Do it more often. It's outrageous how often they're winning when they actually opt into
they
that.
just have a chance
but they
to just
normally
build
wait
up
until
their
they're on the
eco
attack side
massively.
and they get the plant down.
That's the wind taken out of the sails of these EG players. Thought you were going to get a bit of respite, but not quite. And they hear
That's
that.
the thing, it's
Oh,
just such a
that's
big-
a full line, that's a salvo.
Ooh, they're lucky to escape.
Yeah, well,
It's such a
no,
big
no.
swing,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Icy's
It
going to be
just-
dropped.
Winning that force now, like assuming they don't, lose too
Risks to be
much here.
taken here for these EG
keep most of
players.
these
Yeah,
guys
hoping to
alive.
get lucky. So they're going to be spotted
What
going
is Derek
walkabouts.
doing?
Like assuming
What's
that's the
wild
case,
about
which
this
it
force
looks
by
like
strategy
it will
too
be.
is because it delays the rifle round
Yeah, then
by
basically
one round,
have your own
you get close
bonus.
to those ults that you can use to snowball the attack side. And it's Trent actually who I'm looking at. He gets absolutely nailed.
And Superman, he's under the pressure right now, but he's really taking control of the map and potentially this round entirely. Jump spot with
I'm
the
about to buy
right
the
click.
EG Classic. What is that?
Just want to say unlucky to not get the kill there.
That is
Look at
pretty
the lurk at
insane,
north
but at
side
least
as
in a
well.
good spot.
Lee.
Lee
Oh.
has to contain this one. He needs to do it cleanly.
Oh, it's mucky.
And it's a rough spot indeed, but still that fault line from afar, long range.
Wow,
Stunned up, matters not. Okay, he's fully healed up, but only for a moment. It's going to be fading before you know it. And he almost anticipates it.
Oh my
Is it
God,
1v1?
Oh my god, how have they lost that?
2022
How have they lost the
is
5v3
here
and
to
against those
dominate
guns?
again. That's
Fucking
outrageous.
yay.
No way.
Oh, he's
Not a
locked in.
glimmer of a reaction. A small wipe of
Oh
sweat off
my
the brow.
fuck. How is this happening?
Superman did a great job of picking up 2 earlier on though, but what is that? With the stun, then a body shot to finish off a weak Jonah P, and a beautiful headshot to take down Jorg.
Oh my god, the way I just died!
That's what you're going to say about that?
There's no way that's your reaction at the end of that round. And so all of the good side of the force buy from G2 thrown in the opposite direction, but their economy is actually good enough to basically buy
Oh,
up.
that's a big
Balanced
swing
out.
round.
So Jorgamo, dimensional drift forwards here.
TBG
Big
to
crash
ult.
to clear. Pave away potentially to this C side. EG know
This
this.
round kind of defines the
They've
entire
already
series. Or
evacuated.
just this map here.
Something I dislike about EG on this map, they're normally very slow to retake on C. They don't throw plant denial util, and they don't fast retake. I think
Nice,
the
keep
force
sending
is up.
this away
I mean,
again.
Superman just goes
He's
for
gonna
it.
get cut off here by Leaf,
Attempt off the
and
back of
Leaf
some of that
dies.
util. Leaf's going to be caught though, just trying to take that timing and that flank still.
Job, can you win your fight?
Only just going down by the way here, and they're really looking to tango.
Has a stinger.
Takes 2 of them though. Nature opts in and already removed it.
He's
Still
dead too.
Armageddon forwards. Trent stands tall and proud, trying to maintain control out towards the side, a bit of stray. Spam does the
Oh
work.
my
And gets
god.
the number
Trent
of Allen.
1v2.
And now Trent left into
Trent
the
1v2.
1v2. He's been fantastic.
What a good spot to
But can he
hide it.
persevere?
Oh.
Stray shots flying towards him. He's to land it, but with
Wow.
movement like
Did that
that.
time?
Slippery
Yeah,
as
yeah, they do.
anything, these EG players.
That was
Not
winnable.
willing to go down
Very
lightly.
winnable.
And so much faster than I've seen from EG on the C retakes. Superman's in, I mean, way early, ridiculously early. But the rest of the team is brawling, scrapping, fighting for space. Jorgamo forced to take that fight because Derek ulted.
Nice!
And there's
Let's go.
Teobalt on the other side causing chaos as well. Much less controlled, I think, from both
G2.
teams.
Oh, they forced him into a timeout. It's falling apart.
That's the spite! The overheat moment! The positioning! What a blunder! What a whiff!
It's crazy. Andrew
An
was saying,
anonymous
these
gifter with a
guys
gift
are,
sub to
they have,
why
like, a
you
really
bully
good
me,
heart-to-heart
you
conversation that like
fucking
changed a lot of
bish.
stuff about their approach to the game.
If EG win this map, I'm scared for G2's mental. I feel like EG need to win this map to win, though. Feel like they would be in trouble if they didn't win this map. What is the fucking next game in Pacific? What's the first game tomorrow? Talon Nongshim. I'll let Chober stream that one. What's the lower final tomorrow is MIVR versus whoever wins this. I'll prioritize Pacific over the lower final. But the lower final shouldn't take as long, right? I mean, it doesn't go to all 5, but if it does go to all 5, I'll probably just fucking leave at some point. Because I'd rather watch Pacific.
On that C retake, for example, actually. The ultimates are enormous for EG here. But the idea is to not have to use them in this round. You want to save them, if possible, for round 18, when it has the chance of breaking G2's economy again. Leaf has a rifle.
And he could be the danger player there.
Leaf
Definitely
with the rifle.
opportunities.
No, you give it to Joe. Who for some reason has a classic full shield.
Two just trying to play that long con. Thinking about
He's probably gonna TP to
win
bake
cons
some type of
later on
fucking
into the round, try and build
crosshair
up,
and die.
get closer to the ultimates.
Double fake? We're going back to
Rubble
C?
clear. Superman. Just
Oh,
dominates
there goes the
control of
rifle.
Rubble, and that's
Yeah, you should go back just
gonna
to
mean a
go
lot
get
for
it.
them, to be honest. Leaf's gonna be dropped. That was a rifle player.
He's pushing up.
And now they can start rotating people over towards B and A. Because they don't have to be worried about C at all. Where are they going? They're going back with the spike over towards C. Hoping that there's a bit of a gap over here. 40 seconds.
I mean, but your fucking
This isn't a
teammate died
fight.
here.
Here's the footsteps, the rumble of it here with 30 seconds left. That's a drone to the side, and Sliders of off angles. Almost not
rifles down
anticipated.
again.
Trent can't quite take that one.
What
There's
are
backup
they
arriving. That's
doing,
Derek
man?
over the shoulder. Stray shots and bullets. You got to choose a different direction, but I think this might be heard potentially. Depends how quiet Valen has been. No, it was called for. Just a slight speed up, I think.
Jorg really wants this rifle.
He gets it.
But there's only 10 seconds left. Yeah, he can shut all of this down so easily.
Trent, yeah, it's just got to be.
Well, Joe's probably
with
just
it.
gonna save this rifle.
But it was an eco for G2. Is Jorg going to try to
Use your
save?
ults next
after he
round,
put
flip
all
it
of
to
that
9-9?
energy
Just
in
save,
the
surely.
back
What are we
line?
doing?
Yeah, pretty much. He's been hunted from behind, but might be able to hold on.
Yeah, just trying to sidestep most of the
Jesus.
bullets. Can't quite hold on to it. But you are right, Josh. It was an eco.
The thing is, though, look
Are
at
you
the ultimates
nervous?
that are available to EG. It's almost everything. They
The
have
what?
Raze
Are
ultimate.
you
if
nervous?
Icy Sight
Nervous
gets
for
pressured.
G2?
They got Fade ult for retake. Ye is
Oh.
able to have 2 lives in this round.
Nah,
and Superman
honestly.
at any point
4
can
ults
try
for
to
EG?
reactively pop his ult over towards C and ensure
Listen,
that
man,
that
if they
area of
lose the
map is
first
locked
map,
down.
they're winning the
Or at
next two.
least
If they
much
win the
more
first map,
challenging.
they're losing the next two. You know, so
EG
I don't know what to think anymore.
staring straight down
Genuinely,
the
with this
gut of the
fucking
map
region.
here. Is this an aggro play
I thought
coming from them
MMBR were
nice
about to
and
fucking
early?
pop off,
Reminiscent
and
of the
literally they
pistol.
never fucking played more than
Woke
2
up,
weeks in this
tripled up,
entire
making sure
format
they
so
can
far.
try and get a kill or
my.
two. Still
What
off to
are
the
they
side. A strong
doing?
one with a trade, but he's being mopped
They
up
don't even need
regardless.
the ults. Like,
He
oh
got
my
really caught
god.
off by that. He wasn't just jump spotting. He went to actually try to hold the angle and contest. Not expecting EG to be doing something aggressive in the first 10
scrappy.
seconds.
Scrappy do.
I think this is an EG that's really trying to shift their game.
That was a quiz
up
question of
little
the week.
bit,
What was
just to throw
Scrappy
G2 off their
Doo's
rhythm.
Talking
catchphrase?
about earlier, man, that evolution of EG that we're witnessing.
Does anyone know?
Because it's been slow going.
Someone
since
will
that
know in
This
the
will
game.
look even
Stage
better on
one.
defense than they did on their
They've been adding twists and turns.
slow attack.
I didn't know.
Moments. This is a narrow angle indeed. And what a peek by Valen.
Damn.
Just crouches straight into it, almost anticipating it.
What
Brings
the
it 3
fuck is
versus
that
3.
angle?
See, you would think it would be
Going down,
Scrappy
push
Dappy
this
Doo,
one
but
back.
no.
Looks like the salvos are good for it, Derek.
There you go, someone got it. It was Tom Jackdaw knows. It was Poppy Power.
But just delay with the
For
util.
one?
So another kill claimed. Spike
I mean,
finally
wanna get back
planted.
to 10, I
G2.
guess.
Anyway,
That's the
3v2.
Feels like they've been permanently on the back foot in this round here, but finally with an advantage at least with the players. Yay. We'll look to even the odds. Waiting for a bit of pressure now from Superman. Opens up the door wide, but
there's
it's a triple
Yay
face again.
odds
After
that?
Popped off, not dead yet. Not really
It's Sunday.
anticipated. Still without
It's
plenty
early
of
still.
util. That's a snake bite wide.
they have a chance.
The face. Kill needs to be claimed here.
What?
Round and away.
Oh my god.
Yay! Has brought it to a winnable spot.
Nah,
Smoke
Valen's
in the
won.
back pocket. Not anticipating it. Valen with
He
the
has time if
reposition
he
up
swings
towards
it.
the high ground. Yay,
Oh
snaps.
my god, he won it.
He's got it.
He won it. He won it.
You're
Barely
fucking kidding me.
shrinking.
You are
And Yay
fucking
just
kidding me.
bringing it back from the brink.
There's no fucking way he won that.
He goes in a 1v3.
There's no way.
Gets sent to hell and
I mean, I
bounces
thought the
back
ult was troll, to be
Not
honest.
dead.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was kind of trolling.
and springs out, hitting ungodly shots.
Just send it in. The other two are just kind of walking around randomly.
What's Jonah doing?
And comes
This
back
one's
to
not even out yet,
snap
man.
up onto Valen. He had no idea that he teleported onto the high ground.
Is he actually back?
What a gobsmack.
I mean, maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
wait a minute, we gotta
Flex,
fucking win this
Flex,
entire
thanks
game.
for the
It's
400
all
bits.
what the fuck?
So cold. A small smile and a wave to the crowd, and that's it. He's
Oh,
drawn
no.
EG level with G2.
Shayo, Shayo, it's happening.
Not worried,
EG are now in
not
control of this
worried.
game.
He's
not
not
even
worried.
worried.
He's not worried, he
The
says.
first map is fraudulent. The first map.
Clear towards rubble here for
Oh my
G2,
god,
but again,
G2, the
you
way
already
they're
mentioned it,
the way they're bringing out
three,
Sentinels, they
less
look
than
so
ideal.
fucking good. It's a god
Again,
team.
once more, gets his time to shine or
Shit
not.
on.
Trent
It's 100
puts
thieves.
himself in
What
the
is it?
spotlight with
It's
that
not
one.
even
That's
a
going to be a
challenge.
drop down, and this is fast indeed.
Yoti.
Out
Yeah.
wide into the
Yeah.
open leaf, not expecting this one. It's rapid from EG, still they are
Did he hear
blinded
it?
up.
Yeah, they
Valen is eager to try and take that fight forward. Still, that's a showstopper. It's going to be rattled off and away, and they don't hear a thing. All noise cues
Holy.
cut away. That's a plan committed. Jonah P has to ISO these fights. Has to do it now. Stinger
He
in
actually almost
hand.
got that
Just
somehow.
not possible.
Yeah.
Leaves it down to 2. With that rifle reclaimed, Jogo might be able to do it. Trent forwards, damage done.
Fucking
Just
hell,
into
man.
the
Thick
landed.
stuns in this game, I swear to
Pointed
fuck.
out now, but this is it. The net is closing in. Jorgamo can't quite
I
do
think
it.
EG,
should
hold
drop their
on.
weapon.
The big moments here are coming from evil geniuses. We saw Ye's performance in the previous round. Nature hits that crucial stun shot there to deny what
If
could have been a
G2 lose
comeback in
here,
this round from G2.
like, what are
And look
your
at the
thoughts
string
about
of
them from
rounds
here on out?
that the defenders have put together here. 5
I'm a little
in
worried.
row. and they forced a timeout.
No,
from
like
Josh
I'm talking
RT.
about they don't like they get.
Oh,
knocked
like
out of
so.
playoffs.
Oh yeah,
Has
yeah.
to be
They
hit.
fully lose.
That
Yeah,
stun
like
is
strong team, no
throw.
more God status. Like we take that all
Completely
away.
in the corner.
Let's go.
Like put them in the bin like Vitality.
And Nature
Like
still
this team
manages to hit
has
the shot.
issues they need to solve now. Like what the fuck is going on? How do you choke like this over and over again?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be as worried as I am for Vitality.
Yeah.
I would just feel like they've hit a bit of a slump. And
You
like
wouldn't equate them to like C9.
No,
Where-
because they're better than C9. I
What
would
if
compare
they're
them
just playoff
to.
chokers?
I would compare them to. There must be a good example somewhere on these past years. Who's a good team that had a slump? Sen last year? Yeah, I guess Sen last year had a bit of a slump
What?
midway through the
So
season.
they have a slump after winning a Masters?
Yeah, but they still did have a slump.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think Sen actually is a pretty good example because I still felt pretty good about
Do you
Sen's
think
chances of
Vit will
making
perform
champs.
better since the tech issues are fixed in EMEA?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they'll be better. I don't know.
Who's next?
Okay, crash forwards alongside Adult. Looking for the information here. Spots out for two. And I know that EG are just playing this one off. How is Valen going
what?
down there?
What?
Wow.
How?
Brutal.
There's
Like
no
they take it as a
one,
forward,
and there's no
wide,
stun.
EG. Yay!
The door's not even
He's
open
doing
yet.
It again to a man, and he's out wide into the open. That's an Armageddon force. Oh, back to the side as Jogamo looking to see if he can pick
What?
up these pieces, make anything of the round whatsoever in the chaos, in the carnage. EG.
Wow, yeah, they are actually
It's
going to win
over.
this map. Holy fuck.
It's
G2 won
over.
one
Dominated lead from
force
below.
round.
Got
They
into
won that one
aggressive
force round,
positions.
and that's it, I think, right?
Valen, I think,
It was
must have been
8-4.
inside of
yeah.
his smoke. So he couldn't really tell that he was
Oh, they
stood on
lost
top of a
pistol.
salvo or something?
Won the force
I don't
from
know,
like
I'd love
one
to see a
rifle,
replay
right?
of how he died in this
I don't think they've
situation.
even won one rifle.
Oh no, it was
Salvos
8-4. Yeah, no, they only won their
no.
stinger round.
He just takes a bit of decay damage and ends up going down. And I don't think he even realizes that the salvos are inside the Viper orb there. And they've knocked G2 onto another eco. This is ridiculous. The form that we're seeing from EG.
God, if
the moment's
EG
going in their direction
go to
and a
Masters.
massive brawl over. Immediately
If-
goes their way. Icy picks up two
If-
on the spray angle.
Oh my god, they're
You're
going
not
to be
coming
one
back from
map
this
away.
one.
They're going to be one map away.
Revenge on the mine and redemption for
Oh
a lot of
my
these
God.
EG players.
Oh my
That's what they're
god.
playing for. Nade rebounds. Quick getaway from Jorgamo
Fucking
here, but you're already two
EG.
players down, and this is an EG with all the confidence in the world. All the confidence in the world.
The actual fuck.
Surrounding and laying
What
claim
the
to
actual
prize.
fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
They
so
won this
clean.
opening map.
Yeah.
Flawless. And 3 opportunities to close out on Lotus. On what I think a lot of people would be pointing to as G2's best map. They've got a deep map pool, G2. They've got other maps that are great for them. Split and Pearl, they're super fine on those maps too. Don't count G2 out. But if EG are capable of doing it here on Lotus, they might be capable of doing it on a bunch of different ones too. And the run that they've made on this defense is honestly like nothing I've seen against G2. I've never seen a team put
Oh my
G2
God,
in their
look at
place
that
like
timeline.
this. On this map.
Oh man, the crowd.
God, after that force round, if you would have asked me the percent that EG would have, I would have said like
No strangers
one
to the storyline of,
of winning
EG.
this map.
Yeah.
Legit like 1% they win this map.
Scraping by potentially.
That Yay
2023,
clutch,
you
like,
remember they barely
fucking-
made it into Toronto.
Yeah.
All
it
scores
went
insane
crazy.
afterwards.
3v5. I mean,
Yeah.
Super with the double classic kill.
No,
That
actually,
peak form. Striking wide, the iron is hot, and looks like there was an attempt at potential risk to be taken here.
Oh, replay.
Fights swinging wide, EG.
With the Haunt though, there was cross-map support from Nature. And now Valen goes through the reclear. That's so risky on his own. Hoping that EG had just backed off, but he
Okay,
gets
they've
the
seen a
information as
decent
the
amount.
IGL, and now they pivot into A. But this is where Icy and Nature are waiting.
let's go for a long overtime here. Fuck it.
Getting more than dangerous here. There's an Armageddon pushing back towards it. I see slightest of gaps to play in here. Open access now to the A side, just barely.
Dodge all the pressure from the ultimates.
closing in as a Viper's Pit. One of the lines.
This is fine though if you're EG. Even if you lose this round, their money is fine, and they've just used like all their ult.
It's gonna mean it's
also very winnable. We have Ye versus Viper's Pit.
An abundance of utility flying forwards here. It's gone pound for pound now, and Valen has got more in the back pocket.
Oh, well, send it. Hello, Valen!
They're starting to move forwards. It's a relentless march here, and they can taste it. The finish line in sight, but maybe a little bit overzealous in the process. Still, leave down, pit drop down. Trent, it's going to be all on him. Swing wide from Jorgen. Mo, not dead yet. And Trent, they have to do it all. 1v1, nature sticking, half earned, 6 bullets left. Trent, down to the wire.
Does he have it?
Is it time, though? Time!
Oh my god, wow.
Oh my god.
That's one of the things that I think like no one knows is when it's halved, like what?
Yeah, no one wants to call it at all.
Yeah, no one actually knows that, I'm convinced. Like pros don't know, fucking casters don't know, no one knows when it's halved, like when is it about to go off. Wow, EG, what the fuck?
Dude.
Oh my god.
This is crazy.
Will it happen?
I have no teams in fucking Toronto to root for. This is fucked.
You wouldn't root for EG?
No.
Wolves? You won't root for my
not
Wolves?
my team. That's your. I wanted DRG from China, and then EDG, and they fucked it up. I'm on G2. They fuck it up.
Sentinels?
G2.
MIBR, you gotta like
This
MIBR.
is wild. G2
I do, but
didn't
they look
even
like
play
dog
bad.
shit.
EG just outstratted
You
them.
don't have to be a fucking, front runner.
I want a good front-running team. I need Team Liquid to make it. If Team Liquid don't make it, it's actually over for me.
Team Liquid will make it. I feel pretty good about Team Liquid making it.
They have to beat.
No
it to make it?
Canadians in Toronto. If that be the case, that would be sad.
I'm gonna have to get signed on one of these rosters, aren't I? Ah, fuck. It's a whole nother thing to do.
Oh shit, I'm gonna be so busy. Yeah, RRQ, people are saying.
I wanted Boom, and Boom's probably not gonna make it.
Well, they could.
RQ was a good pred, but I think Boom are fucked. I think, because PRX track by track.
Oh, Canada.
Dr. G is not at Toronto.
Oh yeah,
Who
what
should
about
I
John QT?
support?
Isn't he straight up? Are there some Canadians on fucking Sentinels?
Your answer is right here, Canada man.
Is that
No.
me?
Is there?
That was me casting.
Wait, you casting is in here?
That's my voice.
Running them down.
Oh, look who the fuck's the brown guy casting? What the fuck? That's crazy. Oh,
Wow.
it's console Valorant. That's why. Let's go. We're up there. We're up there in the console scene.
Look at you go. Yeah, you're famous.
Let's go. Rung by rung, rung by rung. Have you seen Josh's hair today?
It was growing. It's growing.
Did you see a segment on
Oh, no,
PGG2?
I didn't see the segment, no.
You have to go back and see the segment.
When
Hold on,
is
do we
it?
have time now? Oh, fuck. Let me see if I can give you a timestamp. Okay. In this VOD, you're on the YouTube VOD, right?
Yep.
Go back to 4:16:43.
What is that in terms of minus?
Like minus 4:16:43.
Minus 460. So right at the
Like
start.
all the way to the start. Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
EG tweeted it.
How's it going?
Hold on, let me see if I can share it from here.
No, yeah, I found it. I found it.
That one? Yeah, find it on the map. Why
All
don't
right,
you?
so it's like is Josh kind of just walking in? Just watch it. Just watch it. It's really fucking hilarious.
awfully powerful Games Arena is on the verge, the convergence, some might say, of some awfully powerful ley lines.
Not this again.
Well, what the fuck's going on?
However, have the firepower for
Dogs that barely squeaks into questions, old man.
Oh, okay.
I've realized that this Riot Games Arena is on the verge, the convergence, some might say, of some awfully powerful ley lines.
Not this again.
Awfully powerful! And I've realized that evil geniuses have managed to figure out a way of harnessing this energy, and they have transported us back to the year 2023. Now just look at the story that's playing out here. A team of underdogs that barely squeaks into playoffs, and they go for the second Masters of the year. Now, of course, they both have to start with the letter T, don't they? Tokyo, ever heard of that one? Yeah, find it on the map, why don't you? And over here, Toronto, of course. An absolutely unbelievable scene, my lady.
Excuse me?
Now, if you take a look, at here, over here, follow me this way. Demonic duelist, perhaps? It's just too simple. El Diablo, Demon One. I mean, come on, even Pansy can put it together. I'm not stupid. I see what's happening here.
Positioning.
Berry's chocolate orange. I'm gonna get that to gift sub. Hold on.
We have a fragging IGL. We have supportive players who've not really been able to get their best opportunities on previous rosters. That's right. I'm through here between Mimi and Ender. How's it going? And then also Coach Potter behind the scenes calling all of the shots. And which team did they beat in the playoffs? Cloud9. Everybody knows that if you beat
mean anything.
They lose every playoffs.
Every time you beat Cloud9, you go to Masters. It's never been wrong. Don't argue with the science.
Why are you holding that like a weapon?
Who gave you the grabber?
Now, who are the big bad guys waiting down the line? Who?
I don't,
you have a squad of young Brazilians. A squad of young Brazilians, Mimi, down the line.
Well, they have to beat G2 first.
They're already beating G2. I've seen it in the stars. A squad of Brazilian superstars led by none other than Fraud with his mangled visage. And of course, the star player, Aspas, awaits them. Of course, last year it was Loud, now it's MIBR. Our future is clear. Evil geniuses, they will beat G2. They will make Masters Toronto. They will lose in the grand final and run it back at Champions Paris. It is 2023 all over again.
The UK's not even on your map, Josh.
That doesn't matter. We're talking about Gay Paris. You
What are
don't
your thoughts?
understand. It's going to happen.
Yeah, thank you. Get him out. Get him out.
I mean, the hair is incredible.
Yep.
It's also a great great job by Sideshow showing his true colors. But yeah, Canada man, just support fucking Wolves. Just get the fucking drum out, go in full Wolves kit, and just be there. Oh, let's see.
Looking at that map was so close up until it seems like AG was able to kind of temper the aggression. What have you identified that they were able to do that wasn't allowing G2 to get that result?
I think we were in a position to succeed, honestly, and they were able to absorb our aggression. But it came down to these like micro moments towards the end of like a lot of these like post plants where we were just disconnected, desynced, not understanding. And I was just telling the boys like we need to get on the same page here. Whoever wants to lead, and just commit to that call. And there was a lot of those moments that you saw. It was just because like people are overcalling each other, or they're not really like understanding like what the call was. And so uncharacteristically, we were not synced up in those moments. So.
Dude, I am so not confident after that. What the fuck?
What did you want him to say?
No. Like, it's not his fault by any means, but like, whoever wants to lead. If that's the fucking solution, we're gonna keep countercalling each other. Like, it should just be everybody shut the fuck up, listen to Valen, or everyone shut the fuck up, listen to fucking, you know, Jonah. Like, fuck it. If Valen's not gonna feel like he's not feeling hot today, that's fine. But whoever wants to lead means in 3 rounds, there's going to be another moment where Two people want to
Angel
lead. And then we're fucked.
Good example of how to ruin your career. Everyone who works at T1 have a lot of stories to share. Most of these would be affected by the storyteller perception. The question is, would you work with a guy who's ready to tweet something like this? Ooh. Angel cooking him. Holy shit. That's rough. Like that, and that's like a fucking dagger right there. That's a fucking dagger. Because it's like, what are you gonna say back to Angel? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are you gonna say to Angel that would make any difference to his life whatsoever? You know what I mean? I'm watching 8-pack. I might have to miss the first game, depending if this goes to full 3 as well. What's the context? The context is Lever releasing Demon 1. Chet tweeted out that basically Demon 1, you know, was sleeping during practice or something. Obviously, we don't know that, but, you know, that's the allegation he's made. And then Angel comes back and says, why the fuck would you tweet something like this out? Who the fuck is going to want to work with someone like that? I'm not sure it was during practice, but maybe just before practice. And, you know, not turning up on time or whatever. Can a man nap in peace? I mean, maybe, but apparently not. Apparently no. No napping in peace. I don't know, man. I just think, like, just... Has anything good ever come out of tweeting anything? Really? Especially in the year 2025. If anyone could show me a single positive tweet from 2025, like, bruh. Martha Stewart L? I mean, that was not from 2025. The 100 Gorilla vs 100 men tweet. Again, whoever first came up with that idea is fucking stupid. Like, clearly, they have no comprehension. Like, you know how people are, like, don't understand what a billion is? Right? Like, it's difficult for the human mind to understand, like, something so big. Like, the difference between a million and a billion is, like, such a, like, the difference is so gigantic, but your brain kind of just compartmentalizes them as like the same thing of like, oh, it's just massive, right? But for whoever made that initial idea, like, they can't even understand what 100 is. Yeah. They've got no idea what 100 is. They're so thick that they can't even visualize that.
It definitely feels
anyway,
like there's
an
element of any given Sunday when it comes to playoff games.
Yeah, force forwards here. This is the hit footsteps.
Okay, what the fuck are we doing? Running through a snake bite.
Time when the rest of his team's util here. Here's the reaction though by G2.
Yeah, I'm not on the wagon of a bunch of people saying that these guys are getting like antied and like they're being studied. I feel like I've just watched. Yeah, they're just fucking falling over, man.
Let's see what a read is here.
Jonah fighting mid?
Yep, Jonah, okay.
The breach lurk, though. The unexpected breach lurk. I have no idea what nature is doing.
Holy shit, the frenzy.
Brings it into that 1v2. Jonah P a big move on. It's a marathon sprint for him to try and be active into this one. And,
oh my god.
Well, has he done enough?
He has the damage to be able to win this one.
Oh,
fuck,
he knows where he is, though.
From Nassau, we were just talking about it. Discipline, buying time. 22 seconds left. Stun is avoided, but time is running.
Oh my fucking god, another clutch. I see with a 1v3. This is unbelievable.
EG are good for it in these kind of scenarios.
I mean, that one was more just crazy good by Icy, to be fair.
Is that the play from Jonah
No,
P,
I mean, that was
actually?
failed by
The
whoever the
nade
fuck
goes
was playing
over towards
breach right
Heaven,
there.
so
Why not,
clearly
like,
Icy has no
aftershock,
idea really where he's coming
cross,
from. And Jonah gives it away with the
and then
aftershock.
stun on the way to Heaven
This is
Peak.
the stun.
Like,
Yeah,
why are you trying to play the
that's a fair
50-50?
Couple of situations where
Like,
the
that is a
nerves are getting to
horrible play.
people.
You're just setting yourself up to lose.
Jonah,
yeah, fuck.
Good by Icy, though. But the fucking movement on Valorant and the fucking satcheling in back screens.
On his own to try to
Yeah,
clear
yeah.
with a single breach flashing screens. Could have waited for a teammate.
It's perfect by Icy. But that insurance policy is fucked.
And he's 4-0 to start off this
And
map.
that's all pistols.
And here's a G2 force.
Yeah, again.
Holy shit.
Forcing again.
This on both
Wait,
maps,
dude,
because
that's
on
like
the
what?
attack
The
side, they lost
9?
the pistol both
They've
times.
lost 8
But
out of
managed to get
9
the spike
pistols or
down
something now?
and get a bunch of
Holy
kills, so the
fuck.
money looking good.
That's crazy.
Good enough, in fact.
Like, maybe I'm making claims, but I swear they've only won 1 pistol.
They've
inside
lost a
the
lot. They've
entire
lost a lot of
playoffs.
pistols, yeah, because they were losing them against 100 Thieves as well.
Fueling
Because we were
Yeah.
wondering why they
Safe by
weren't
Superman,
forcing
so
against 100 Thieves.
Obfuscating quite a lot and just walking, stepping forward.
Yeah, but when they have the Sage, right? Yeah, this time they are
cheeky
forcing.
angle.
No
Icy.
Sage.
Don't expect to clear that one whatsoever, but this is a rapid taker to space by Valen.
They only won against Pearl on 100 Thieves. I'm not sure if that was
So
attack.
now they're going to be set up to try to pinch in onto A. I
Damn.
know roughly where Icy's backed off to, but you got to be a little bit worried about Ramp. Leaf clearing that out with the help of the salvos, and now Heaven is the focus.
EG already playing back towards it. That's a great
There you
stun,
go.
though. Icy forced to commit into that fight. On top of it, another one.
For the
Through
Phantom?
CT.
And Phantom delivered
took
over
the-
into the hands of Jonah P.
Last
Remind
words,
the
though, they wanna
Phantom's
take this fight, wanna
gone.
get active. This is EG looking to at least slice up the map, trying to define themselves here and set themselves up nice and pretty before the
Hello?
spike is
Oh
even
my
in
God.
play. Yay!
Trent!
With a nice little two-piece.
Run out of bullets. The
Spike
one
in
weakness
no
of the
man's
Stinger.
land. Leaf left to do it all.
Generally, if the Stinger had like
Pieces in a
more
spot like
bullets,
this, but there's just no chance, no
you
hope
might as
I
well
mean,
buy
that would
every
be a
fucking
must-buy
round.
gun every
Lay it
round.
down
Yeah.
early, slow to a crawl. Wall up, but a timing to be taken.
Wow.
It's all watched for EG.
Okay.
Swift
Force they
dismissal of
lose.
that force of G2.
And a great start to their defense side again. This is almost certainly going to put G2 at a 0-3. They don't really have the money here, didn't get too many kills, didn't get the plant down. So their economy's not looking good enough to even invest Stingers again, which is usually what they'll go for. How good were these flashes?
Let's
to
all
fight
give
back
Trent
into
time
Heaven?
to learn another agent.
Two really critical flashes coming out from
Might
Nature.
just be.
And he's got good reason to be excited.
Were you a fan of
EG
the
one away from
BBL
getting
Army
onto
guy
their
beam?
Raze
Or
ultimate.
no?
This snowball could
The
be
what, me?
devastating for G2.
The guy who was like, I need more bullets, sir. I need more bullets.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Up and over the top. This is
Was
all
I a
players
fan
in
of it?
G2 grouped
I
up.
mean,
Yeah. Just
I thought it was fine.
The slow siege as
I
well.
wouldn't
say-
See
I would
if
say
there's
I was a
access over towards the A side.
grand fan of it. Why
TP
were
into
you?
the back of the A side as well.
I like that meta, man. I don't know why we didn't stick with the army meta, but we get Bombadino Crocodilo for fucking 9 generations.
That's a
So
crazy
we've got
play,
attempts in the
Derek.
court for here. Derek, how the hell are you alive? EG barreling through and away. And the guns into their hands.
We even
Hold
out
on,
this
maybe
one
another
for real.
extension.
Oh,
EG.
right click.
Not expecting and not anticipating it. Round to the side.
They're
of
gonna
the
convert this
Chocobo.
round.
Losable?
Brings it into
Very.
that 2v2. Rifle picked up, rifle gained, TP not committed, that's a fake, off to the
They're
side.
trying to leave.
Still no plant down, this is G2 looking for a bit more advantage to feel safe enough to plant.
And this game has been a real test of how EG play in
They're
the
waiting for
chaos.
fuel to come in.
5 for
Bit of
15 in
quiet descending
pistols.
upon the
Jesus
map here.
Christ. Nice
Round to the
job.
side though, Jorgamo's good for it.
Okay, they're not gonna end
Precision.
0-3 again.
3 in a round already for him.
You never
His team
know.
needed a step up. He's the
Damn.
player to deliver it.
Joe's got them there. 4 from EG.
We're looking at Icy and whether he can deliver a knife in the back for his former team. And there's Jorgamo, doing what he did early on Lotus 2, trying to stop EG's momentum before it can really get going.
Look at Derek's play there. I mean, he was lucky to live and get a kill, to be honest. That's a pretty terrible decision from Mateo to make.
Clean to finish things out. So the economy flips completely. It was G2.
The thing
who were
about
coming into that
G2,
fight
I think,
with a
is
trash
that
buy, and now EG
they
barely
don't,
pocket change to play with.
like, moments
But
like
Icy, at
that,
least with an ultimate,
it's almost
so
like
things
they've
can
put the
still get
pressure and
dangerous.
expectation on themselves. They don't enjoy winning.
Aggression from EG2.
That's what I was about to say. Like, if this
They
shit
almost
goes for, like,
fear
some-
losing more than they
Just to
enjoy
give Derek
winning, it
access
looks
to
like.
the orb.
Yeah. If this
No
shit
way
goes
you
to
wanna
some
be.
crazy ass rambunctious overtime, like that's not going to be good for them, even if they win.
The
Like,
idea is that the Flash is supposed to line behind it, lead, so that they can contest A main together with it.
need some definitive
But the push didn't
rounds.
come. I think they were concerned that maybe Icy would send it off rip, but that would have been an extraordinarily bold way of playing with the showstopper. Instead, EG probably just want to wait and see if they can get a free pick with the Bucky. Can Jorg find out where Icy is playing?
He's got to spot this one out. Still with the drone as well. That's going to be putting the pressure now down onto Icy, and he lets loose anyway. It's going to be the ult here into his hands. Round to the side.
Wow,
Jorgamo can't escape it.
Potential gun.
G2
Flood in.
surely behind him now. Few seconds left to try and play for, but they have to clear out these spots here. Can they deroute Icy from this position? Lying in wait with the Bucky in hand. And my God, he's going to be making it awfully difficult. Waiting though, Util in and around for it. It's a wide
What the fuck?
I tried. You fucking spamming that classic so fast.
Position's going to be noted.
Oh, he fucking boomed the
Hold on. Leave. My
Yo.
God.
An ace. Wow.
Pulls an ace out of bloody nowhere.
Are you having fun? They're laughing a bit.
Stuck in a corner, flashed up. Pits just so that he
I
disguises
mean,
where he's
a
playing.
Goomba Stomp should be a kill.
He had a rough map on Lotus, couldn't really get anything done.
Don't give him ideas, man.
With the iBuy Power ace to go up 10-2 after 4 rounds. Absurd.
Do you think that team should have like lifelines?
Well, like fucking phone a friend? What are you talking about?
Yeah, like phone a friend and like get the vibes up. Like if I could join that call for fucking 15 seconds, bro, I could change the trajectory of the entire team. I swear to God.
Just say something funny.
Exactly what G2 needed.
Yeah, just like fucking hype him up.
Rifles v rifles now. Slow walk up to the drone here, just trying not to reveal their hands, but that's going to be a stun. Locking down onto Superman, he's in a lot of trouble here, but most of the Util going to be narrowly avoided, not sent in his direction.
The salvos were really deep, so it didn't actually even clear out where Icy was holding. So they haven't actually cleared vent here.
Smoke
mail
mail again.
Mail, and now Icy gives up that position.
Drone so far back by Derek, didn't get the full clearance out towards A main. G2 up through mid, it's an Armageddon and a stun, and attempt to try and at least get that kill, but it's slapdash really.
Yeah, not good enough.
Barely put together there by EG, so could be wasted in terms of the ultimates. They were hoping to at least get a pick. Superman, what? Caught in that transition, and Ye now has to do it all from this spot.
I say a bit. Completely fucking asleep there. Super
to play in and around. Teammates just trying to buy some time for them to get themselves in nature. And Ye to try and combine their might with a bit of a flash as well to compensate, but Jorgamo locks it down. The spike doesn't think we reclaimed at this point, and I see Revealed his position with a bit of straight spam. He's praying for it. A pick to go his way.
But they TP up, get it, and drop down. Nice.
He's in, he's out.
It's a getaway job.
Icy might have been hoping that he could defend that.
Okay,
now he's got to win a very difficult 1v3, but these are the kind of situations
2v3 here. It's going to be another eco for EG after this round.
Icy's got to be left
again, just
out. Is it worth it?
I mean, Super basically cost them this round because we end up trading back and forth quite a few of these kills, and yeah, he's just asleep, unfortunately.
For it, that.
Just kind of not fully.
He'll probably poke and prod and see if he can get.
Well, I don't know though, but they've been pressuring mid the whole round, so it's a bit strange. It's not like all of a sudden they was like, oh, they've fast come here and mid, like all of a sudden, like no, they've been mid the entire round, so it's a bit strange.
He gets himself back into a safe position. Think about some of the post plants that we saw from G2 on Lotus, and how they weren't able to just play that standard post plant kind of setup that you expect from them. Even if you think just back to the final round of Lotus, where Trent was trapped in tree and didn't have the timing and the safety to go into his salvos. In rounds like this, if he's got the teammates to be able to hold the line, he's doing all right. G2's
okay, can EG
really
lock in?
Control of this game. At least if you look at the scoreboard, they've knocked EG's economy down. And EG have only won the pistol in the follow-up. It kind of is similar to the first half of Lotus so far. Leaf, again, more pressure onto him.
EG winning the pistol and follow-up and then losing 3 in a row feels like quite normal for a game, but it feels like it doesn't tell anything close to the story of this game.
Oh my
wow.
goodness! Yeah, that's Jorgamo made into mincemeat to the back wall of mid. Yeah, he might be receiving a hell of a lot of pressure.
You get shot, you lose the round, you lose the game.
Tuffa, thanks for the 2 months.
TP, no way.
What?
Bro, why are we trying to move on the bite, man? Oh my God, Mr. Fallen.
I swear to God, what the fuck is this gun? It always seems to get the kills.
That is pure confidence.
Yeah.
most players in that spot would be backing off, backpedaling, right? Because they see a horde coming through in the Tejo drone and stuff. He instead sticks around, plays at default, and gets rewarded.
Actual Bucky's back.
Wait,
That
it
is
was Billy's
crazy.
Bright Blue Bullet gifted a tier 3 to Terry's Chocolate Orange.
well.
That's crazy.
Choke point, these players have to run in against a Bucky. And they're vulnerable too.
Oh my god!
But again, it's that confidence from Ye that carries over from his dominant performance on Lotus that even sets him up to be in position to take the kill onto Valid.
Wait, time
it's
check?
a freebie when it happens, but
36,
most players wouldn't even
5,
be in that spot.
4, 3, 2,
So 3
1.
to 3.
We're good.
The economy be damned. It doesn't matter.
Time to jump.
A lot of emphasis here by G2. Trying to take that mid-control. Different. Look at it though, up towards the top. Oh, Jorma barely ready with the rifle in hand.
Commits after the
He's
salvos.
going to be spotting that one. Narrowly avoiding it low. Pops your head
Holy
up, says
fuck.
hello, at least with a shorty. And I don't think you're going to be wanting to contest with events too much.
At the same time, though, Jorg's position is fairly safe. It's not like Icy's going to be jumping up there and actually taking a fight with a shorty.
I mean, G2 have so much control of the map.
May end up revolving around an A heaven brawl. You see the
They know Sarah's towards the A side now as well.
heading over in this direction.
Is where the salvos coming
There
from.
wasn't really much of a chance of actually reclearing.
Surely you avoid A.
Over, which it has kind of done. You see these players over in spawn. Only 2 defending A right now. But
All right.
Nature has a breach ultimate. So does Jonah P though. Now that he's picked up that orb.
He's hard locked into the position. It's going to be rolling thunder
Oh,
versus
they're
rolling
so
thunder.
early. They go
Shaking
back and
across the
forth.
site here.
Yeah, but
Slows
they're
it
coming
down
out
for a
ahead. They're
moment
floating
here
out
with the
ahead.
pole line, buys it time. And
Yeah, they know he's
Nature
hit, but they're not
bringing his
really
team back into
collapsing
the
on him
fight
in
as well.
time.
Oh, Jorgamo
Jog?
forwards into the fight with a shorty in hand. Anchoring smoke has played for, but a bit of spam.
Damn, they're just
Definitely
spamming
clearing
him
that one
out.
up. Nature
I mean, they knew it was
taken out.
outside.
Nade rebounding. Leap has got to be respected.
Oh, perfect smoke for Lucy
Spam
to get
slowed
out.
down to a crawl, but
They're gonna
safe
save?
to
I
get
mean, they're
back
probably...
into that spot here.
Maybe not now.
Stray spam as well, back and
All
forth.
on site.
CG, they're looking to
3v4.
get lucky. Couple of kills
know
through the
what-
smoke
roughly
might be
where
exactly what they
Leaf is.
needed. Need more where that came from.
You might have
though,
heard
and the
Leaf
discipline of
jumping
G2 is not
beforehand.
gonna let
Oh, never mind.
anything else slip. Doubled up. Full control towards elbow. Superman could be staring in dismay. Best he can hope for is a couple of exits.
Post-plan positions, honestly, not that incredible from G2. They didn't have ramp control, didn't have screens control, but it doesn't matter much when Nature is dead. If Nature's going to be hard anchoring the
Yeah,
site like that,
Nature
you're not
and
worried
Derek
about the
die.
reach utility on the retake.
Like, if it's these 3 in a retake, you
And
can all be
if
silent.
we see in the replay here another look at that A exec, you'll see exactly what happened for G2. It was a double teleport into the site from Jorg and Valin. So while Nature's fully committed to blocking people in the choke point, the double teleport from the Yoru and the Omen just
And they just
breaks
got the
that
read
completely.
there wrong as
They're
well.
in towards the back of site. And what can the breach do? I mean, look at the position that
It's
Jorgamo is
crazy
in
by
while
Jorg, and then you're never going to
Nature
live
is
all
still
that.
thinking that he's got to
3
block.
people spamming you in that smoke, they know you're in that smoke.
Another round where G2 have control, win the rifle, and knock the economy down. But these rounds have been more difficult than you might expect for G2 to mop up.
Close.
They're
Getting
just playing
handle, though, I
retake
think,
A
in
a
terms of
lot.
Tempo, bit more control. Spotting 2 of these players out. Dimensional Drift is doing his job there. There's a sliders of corners that Jorgamo makes
This guy checks
certain
the
to
corner.
clear. EG kind of control.
Was it G2 that got fucked by that corner beforehand?
Critical if they want to try and play this one into the retake.
It's always Trent that's
don't
burying
remember.
the spike in here, which means
I swear there was one guy who was hitting there and got like a
back
3K.
out of the site again. He's forced to play on
Or he hit
site.
and he whiffed, I
Corner
forget.
here.
Fuck.
That's an aftershock that misses though. And that util is going to be hurting. Did they expect this one to be fully cleared out? Ooh, could be playing spoiler towards it. Doubled up. Playing that crossfire. Set up all the way through and in through the back. I see. Shot out of the
I
sky.
mean, now this feels like an actual G2 game.
It's always
Superman.
danger, man.
He's left with no opportunities with a Bucky in hand. Trent even managing to get up to his ultimate in the midst of all of this. So G2 handle an anti-eco pretty nicely. Superman just looking to play exits at this point. Die to the spike.
Yeah.
Pick up a gun,
his
save the
wish.
shield.
Or not. Oh, yeah. Okay, Jonah P.
I mean, that's actually not his wish, right? Jonah P's been given another
Exactly.
ult point. And this looks controlled from G2. Arguably more controlled than the first half of Lotus even.
Okay,
It's
time out
very
EG.
tempered.
Not a shock here. I think they've been playing a little too heavy for retake. Obviously that breach ult round is kind of a bit of a different story, but I haven't had like a solid anchor here on A, really.
I get what Sideshow's saying, but I don't think it's saying in their heads rent free at all. The way they're playing right now, the way they're interacting with each other. I think G2 literally just forgot about Lotus completely.
Yeah, I think G2 have been okay here. I think this is kind of its own game, and I do think once you're into a new map, like you're just fucking playing the game, aren't you? Like,
yeah,
you're not really thinking until it gets like close and it's like, oh, we're on 12 or they're on 12, and it's like, then you might start thinking about like, oh shit, we're not gonna make it to Toronto or something like. Like, even when you just play any fucking game of Valorant, like you're just fucking in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But G2 are just spamming A hits, and they don't have an answer to it.
You coached football, or what did you coach?
Yeah, soccer to you, but yeah.
What was like your style in coaching? Like, what did you
My
were you a strict man? Yeah, what was your philosophy? What was your approach?
It's
I would say it was mostly
really important games.
player led. I was very
yeah.
I would always try and get to know kind of the people as much as I could.
Down that clone to make it feel
Just
like
kind of like let them kind of
even after he's left.
go.
So a flash, a clone, and everybody grouping up over
Be
towards
adaptable.
A. Now this keeps these two players anchored over here towards B heaven. So 3 players on the B side of the map as G2 exit A.
Work with
the
the people.
macro is good here. The calling is great from Valen. Look at his teleport into the middle of that Tail ult. If there had been anybody on the A side, I think that would have cooked them.
It would have been curtains here, but a quick reaction from EG nevertheless. They hold on to
See, another
control
thing,
on
Astral's here on the A
screens.
site,
This
I
retake
never
will be set
feel
up
that
nice and pretty
great.
here for EG. A lot of ults as well to expend.
Ramp control though is nice. I like this post line positioning from Leaf and Jorg.
Offside Leaf is playing hella aggro, and he dies. Why not just wait and then play off the contact? Oh, this is a disaster.
Layering down the fire, layering down that lead. Jorgamo is going to do a
all
lot
right,
from this
Jog.
spot, and it's not quite planned for him, and he's got a lot of targets to deal with.
I feel like Icy's been having a nice little game.
That's one of those rounds again where they all countercall each other. I feel like
the problem there. Everybody on G2 collapsing on the site. EG playing
Leaf's
that
fighting
retake
ramp
style.
while Jog is in sewers.
That comes out of the tactical timeout, right?
And everyone on site is just kind of doing nothing. Like, Jog should be with Leaf if they want to fight.
Whether it's nature.
There's 4 people doing 5 different things. It's just crazy.
Icy or somebody into the A site. They normally haven't had the full 5 people alive to be able to util dump and just play retake. And here, massive ultimates expended. G2 now have to make that slight adaptation. Valen has to realize, okay, they're playing off-site A more. That's their adjustment coming out of the tac timeout. So we can save utility and wait for post.
5 hits pit, always go A.
To the plans though, I think.
I mean, to be honest, I think this mid-pressure is mostly just going to be a fake anyway. They'll be content with pushing Supermen out of the pit if they can.
Let's use all this util and no one get into the pit.
I fucking hate. Why do teams bother? Like, I feel like Viper's pit on split is so easy. Just take fucking B main, run back to A, and go a ramp and do a fucking A hit.
This is a different direction.
But if they're gonna do that, they had the right call there. Send someone in the fucking pits.
I mean, yeah, if you're gonna use all that util, you gotta actually fucking try.
Util pulled out of EG.
You know what would be really sick to have here? Aftershock. Maybe some salvos. Oh, salvos are back. But Aftershock would be so good for Pillar. Holy shit.
Brother.
This is going to be chopping and changing the minds of the EG players, wondering what is going to be happening
Oh
next.
my god.
From the side, and ult expended.
What?
Only the one for his troubles. Icy. It's plucked out of the sky at a moment's notice here. Leaves it to Derek, and that 1v3 plant. Hold on.
Oh, fuck
There's safety there. I was wondering. And I was worried for a second, but Trent just snaps to the
Ye
side.
looks like he's caught in about 5 different minds of what he's about to do.
In the middle of the round, but I'm pretty sure that 3K from Leaf was
He's
ridiculous.
disassociating quick.
I mean, the opening kill looked absurd. Okay, just
The
catches Ye
Megazord back together.
Gets the kill onto a flying
Like, how
Icy
early
as well.
is he doing that smoke to have it dissipate as they're actually doing their exit?
16 and 6.
Probably doing it reactively off of all the util dying and not seeing them in the pit at all.
Subpar performance on Lotus, where he often rules the roost.
Yeah, maybe, but
EG knocked down onto an eco again.
But yeah, why are they scared of that? Doesn't make any sense.
A lot of util Valin.
Trying to do a counter play for the drone early, but
shown by EG.
G2 dodge it, very nice. Then we get a drone in mid instead. Fuck it, adaptive.
They're still gonna go for it.
I mean, they gotta know everyone's in their spawn. And Ye's dead again.
Somebody would just slack in terms of the discipline.
It's the
There's
same
someone lacking somewhere.
He died on in the previous round. It's exact deja vu. That's how Leaf got the opener previously.
EG want to flood in. They're holding
What
the
is this
util out
breach
to the
on
hands
them?
of Flash and a pop play.
Whole
All the way
thing.
through here with a rolling
but some of the
buster.
fucking ults
Super's trying to make
that
the most of
honestly
all this.
G2's ult
What?
usage is poor.
There's so much
They
faster EG.
they
It doesn't
are
quite pay off.
obsessed with like
gonna have to win.
using ults in man advantage situations against
You won't hear
ecos.
this.
What's another stinger?
It's like they just don't trust themselves to close out a round, despite being, in theory, like the team that should be best at closing out those rounds.
Winning way more in the
Yeah.
first plan, right? Completely turning the tables, flipping the script on what we saw on Lotus.
Numbers
Their
advantage
attack half
with
looks
flashes
super
up
clean, pivoting
on
around the
pillar
map
where
nicely,
breach
Actually, in that
ulted.
position, I
onto
don't
the
know.
site. They're locking it
I mean,
down.
he's got a sheriff, like,
So whether that is what Josh RT talked about,
but against
or
any
decisive
exec,
with
he
the
just
first
dies
game plan,
insta.
Yeah.
he might have died from the fall.
Like if
that
the
time.
Euro clone, he's
Even
just dead.
even
If
shoot.
they, I mean, there's so much they could do, and he's just dead. Essentially, the only thing he's good against is if, like, I don't know.
It's kind of weird
Honestly,
being
what is he
this
good
favored
against there?
in Americas.
I don't think he's good against.
You can't
He's
really
maybe good
overperform.
against like
There's nothing to get
Valen.
too
It
excited
walks up
about.
on
I
his
think
own.
this game
Oh,
is
that was
just
switching
gonna
up the
be
pace
like
whatever.
entirely
we
on
were
B.
expected to do this for G2.
That's about it, I think.
It's been a hard road being a top team, that top dog.
In a sense, you can only disappoint.
Yeah.
Which is a weird position to be in as a competitor.
Extra level of pressure.
It's interesting that with all these agents on the map, they have like no hard stoppage towards B other than the
Nature over
snake
here on
bite.
A. Does he
I guess
decide to
Teo's
hard
been there
anchor the
before.
site, if indeed they go back to A, or does he play off-site retake? Because that off-site retake, where Nature still had all of his breach util, it looked a lot better. And the question for the mid-round is, do they bite on this fake? Because Trent is just throwing that drone out to make it seem like they might be taking A space. The spike
You're on an
still
aggressive
really
angle
committed to
against a
B,
Euro ult
and
as
Ye
well.
on an aggressive angle, where Leaf has killed him twice.
Whoa, caster brain.
Will he get cleared though? That's a question. Oh, he's just spotted out, I think. Barely. This Jorgamo Dimensional Drift is going to be calling out most of this here with Yama getting in through and around. This is EG looking to at least push this one back.
Valen got in front of it.
Buy some time, and Valen is at front, but listen, Ye is on top of it. Forwards and around. Jorgamo.
Holy shit, he got juked by the clone.
Oh my god,
Oh my
what?
god, this wrestler.
Delivers Dev itself. Pit here. Aftershock has to be respected. Back and away. But 2 players left to stand here on the side of EG for our final
He got
round
spammed
of this
out.
first half. You need a miracle. You need luck. It's not going to be on their side.
What?
Leaves it down to IC, making all the noise in the world, and G2 4 to stand as well to put a stop to all of this here. Just an impossibility at this point. IC's done well to avoid most of the util coming his way, but
Well, it was 8-4 last time.
and dropped down
However,
here.
this
It's an
time,
8-4 finish.
I mean, then again, last time I
G2
didn't
here,
feel great about
familiar
EG's
scenes.
chances, so who knows?
Yeah, the sides flipped, and in that sense, the narrative also. But the scoreline the same. EG win the pistol, and then 2 other kind of rifle rounds. And that's all they're able to manage in the first half. But we saw what they did on Lotus. The run back was ridiculous. Yes, they're not going to be on the defense side. Yes, Ye is not playing Clove. But could they do it again?
But again, considering they won pistol, not ideal.
Yeah, not at all. If G2 win this pistol, it's just kind of over.
That
but
goes being divided an entire half.
Fucking 1 in 3 chance.
Yeah, I
really-
think honestly, this map is like, I think you're half seeing why Ye plays Clove on fucking Lotus. Yeah, I saw every map. I don't know about that. Why does he play Clove? Because the way that he plays Astra, the way that he's playing Astra and just like, hold here, I'll hold an aggressive angle every time they come to my site. Well, that don't fucking work on Astra that often. Or often isn't the right choice. Am I still a Clove hater? Absolutely. The only reason a team should ever play Clove is because they have a controller player who can't play other controllers, and if you have that situation, then that's probably not going to be very good for you. How much worse is Clove compared to Waylay? In pro play,
maybe he can do it.
I mean, this is the thing I say about Clove all the time, right? Like, smokes are just generically extremely good.
My question is, are they even going to be able to get into
Like, that's just the bare truth of it.
And if it does go to Pearl,
so Clove is like, if you
you're back into he takes every fight territory again.
Yeah, dangerous.
If you told me you were playing comp roulette,
far ahead at this point.
Would I? But you could pick one agent. Would you rather Clove or Waylay? I'd pick Clove. My problem with Clove is compared to all the other controllers, Clove is bad. But smokes in and of themselves are just good.
Yeah.
Within the first 45 seconds.
And 2 players spotted out towards Heaven, just by the drone, so G2 have an inclination, I think, that this is going to be leading.
You could argue they've both
now,
got a pretty decent ult.
Especially with these
Although
players
the Clove ult
out.
is a bit hit,
control
maybe a bit more hit and miss, less reliable.
Expecting the reaction.
And this, with how slow EG are playing,
Nature.
They're right here.
Yeah, right here and now. And
okay, if G2 win a pistol here, they should be good.
That safety net granted.
And I mean, they are surrounding
have
them.
open access to the A side, but G2 playing and feeling like they are one step ahead. Deep Smoke is going to be obfuscating a lot, but it's being held in time, and Jonah P.
G2 are ready for everything
over
here.
the shoulder, watching for his teammate. Here's the running, and listen, he's going to be the one doing the gunning, and G2 trying to make their way forwards now into this side. How have they done this? But Derek's left to do it all still into the 1v2. Heroics ordered up. Jorgum already full sticking, full trust in his team.
And Leaf delivers with a 3K.
GG.
Holds off that attempt at a clutch from EG. I think this round, more than any, showcased G2's ability to punish certain playstyles. EG are a very slow team on the attack. And look at this, they were set up for the A split and waited for 20 seconds maybe?
Yeah.
Whilst they had vent control, had a ramp control.
Who is 2 and 9?
Paused.
Well, is 2 and 9?
Meantime, G2 had already pushed out
EG are forcing?
Mid, started flanking through sewers, and were right behind them, killing them in vent.
But I'm back. They win a pistol?
Are gonna take a page
G2
out
won a
of the book of
pistol?
G2, though, and force
No
up with
way.
stingers. Can their success rate be anything similar?
They just spot that. Just jumping across here. Smoke's going to be recall, hoping that they can bait a few of these EG players out wide into the open. No one biting. Salvos. The stun. Nade's going to be rebounding as well, so open access now, giving up towards vents.
Jorgum has the outlaw, but there's actually only 2 players on EG that have light armor. Trent, I don't think, realizes how close Superman is.
And the timing! Wow, just snap to the side. Just in time.
Trent.
That could have been a deadly mistake to be making, especially against this EG team. Looking to try and take the fight straight to them. That's a great stun.
3 to press, they now know
G2 just playing
that
this
they
one
have
back
guns.
ready.
Do we have a smoke
Defend or
back here
flood
yet?
in, whatever it takes.
Hello, can we get a fucking
screens here.
start?
EG have got access over towards the side at least. Here forwards into the smoke. Stepping forwards, trying to dominate most of these positions. Nature is hand committed. Stun to try and reposition here, but he's going to be in the danger spot potentially. Damage done, lining him up. Off to the side, yay. A lot.
Oh my god, yay.
He's paranoid.
This time they're like, fuck you. There's no way.
Back just seals it up nicely.
Okay, double GG.
EG not able to find the same success with that force. And at this point, G2 should be sailing away with the map, you gotta think.
Changing plans.
EG got the plant and they got 3 kills, so they might even be able to get stingers up or some kind of rough half-buy here and make a good go of it in round 15, but it's not going to be anywhere near as powerful as a classic bonus. It's G2, in fact, who are
You
going
want
to
an Omen nerf? I don't think you'll be getting an Omen nerf for some time.
It's a bit unlucky there, to be honest with you, on Superman.
I think if we got a Harbor buff.
Great timing onto Trent at A-Ramp.
I mean, although I still think my nerf idea is pretty good for Omen.
guys. Let's go.
All good, boys.
A bit of relief, perhaps?
Yeah.
In terms of the tone of voice that Trent is using there?
For EG, they realize.
I still think that the paranoia should blind you depending, like it should change the time it blinds you depending on whether it hits you in the middle or if it hits you in the sides.
Lying in wait.
So like a kind of shock dart in how it distributes damage. The paranoia should flash you for that amount of time. Holy fuck.
Does the job there, especially with the decay damage kicking in. Accuracy not really needed with the Bucky in hand. Making a lot of noise in the process here. Stunned.
Wow.
Oh, goodness me.
What?
One enemy remaining.
And it's clinical from G2.
They're going to be able to take these light weapons forward into the next. Or force up if they want to.
Holy shit.
You're expecting EG to come into the next round with full armor because they know the Outlaw is there on the other side. So maybe we'll see some of these G2 players discard the Stinger or the Bucky.
No, that's not how it already
just see
works.
if you can make
Right
it
now,
work
it
like
just,
they did in this round. That shot is sublime, and then followed up by a
The
kill.
cursed, no, like, normal crosshair Bucky.
It's a silly game sometimes.
It certainly is. But isn't that why we love it?
Yep.
25 kills for Lee.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, after 15 rounds.
EG take a timeout. I mean, this map's GG's. See, this is how I thought map 1 would go.
Yeah, right? I mean, we're going to a map that they both play, though, after this, right? I'm pretty sure.
Pearl, I mean, G2 historically have been good at Pearl. Although they did only beat 100 Thieves 16-14. When was last time EG played Pearl? EG last won Pearl 14-12 against Loud. And then 13-7 against Crew. But lost 13-6 against Sen.
I would expect this type of result on split.
EG does run double duelist, you're right. And Ye plays Yoru, doesn't he? And Icy plays Jet. And it's all very strange. Leaves 25-8.
Will go crazy. But right now, they're looking in control and composed. And this round is just about how much damage they can do to EG. The weaponry advantage is massively in favor of the attackers.
Ye plays Jet, does he? Did
But
they
this
swap?
orb feels like
I swear at
Death is
one
on
point it
other
was the other
side
way around.
After what Leaf did.
Yeah, he's still got that Bucky.
Oh, he's stuck in vent potentially.
And pulled back potentially, I think, by this util. I think there's a pocket for him to play in yet.
Yeah.
So survived for now, but Vent's control given up. Icy, do you dare jump over and step past that threshold? He meets his demise. G2 up 2 kills already.
Keeps a Bucky
Desperation now is going to be called for.
4,200 credits.
Step up.
What?
To the test and the trial
And you
once
run
more.
back
And
into
back
it.
into Leaf running and gunning forwards. Derek, at least with the trade, and they do have open access to that A site.
Yeah, he did a good job on the flank.
Armageddon even just committed here. Push forwards, that's Derek. He had to cross safely with a spike in hand. It could have been curtains for the round, so feeling the need to expend that ult.
Yeah, he's done a really good job trading out onto Jorgamo and then giving information about that player in heaven.
Valen
Teor,
4 and 9.
put them into checkmate. So now Valen's got it all to do.
Paranoia. Oh, what a shot!
That is a round
God.
from Ye. He only gets 2 kills, but he's instrumental in picking up that kill onto Trent as well with Derek's ultimate. Really good map control. And that's the kind of impact you need coming out from Ye. Up at the top of the scoreboard with Icy. But they're going to need a bit more of that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's filth.
That is fast. Oh my.
Now they have done a tiny bit of damage to EG's
jaw
economy.
up.
1 light armor, 1 bulldog. But Jorg, they had wealth on the side of the defense, and now he's picked up an op. That's going to be looking over towards A main.
The pit in mid on top of it. Large amounts of util from EG looking to see if they can clear out most
Yeah, I
of that
like
space.
this
Superman has to be really worried about
Interesting
salvos and a
ult.
stun at the start of the round.
Forwards to set up the kill, Jorgamo.
He's just got so much space over there because Superman
passive
has to
orb.
play passively.
Yeah, I'm pouncing on a chance like that.
Yes, guys, let's drone.
Now.
Hello.
EG, yep, spotting Jonah P.
Drone for what?
Crawling off to the corner. Taking up most of that space. This is pressure by Derek, but he's feeling it.
Yeah, he could be the difference maker again.
Soundbait.
Soundbait.
Oh, yeah, Derek.
Soundbait. Derek.
Nice play.
Bait
Well,
and switch. Smart play indeed. Maybe enough for them to.
They're gonna come back to
control of
Yay.
another round.
They're gonna slowly walk their way
Stave
back
off
to
map
Yay.
3 a little bit longer. 30 seconds.
They're gonna try to take the pit.
Appealed for Ye to make a move, but he's just kind of been tucked in that corner for a while, and instead, EG have been putting the pressure on the pit.
35 seconds, using your Yuto for the pit.
Fake pressure again. I mean, Derek barely stepping, teetering forwards. G2 have already got B main control. They've got the read onto this.
Hello?
Does not really have a backup strategy.
They have no Yuto for this. They have no stun. No salvos.
In weight, and it all leans on that. An opening kill potentially. See if he can get the hell out of there.
What?
Just misses up to the side. There's a flash up and over. Icy drops him. Dead in his tracks now. Plant is down. Safe around the corner. No spam to deny that one.
Double flank puts pressure on Derek. His salvos are back in 5, but he won't have a chance to use them.
Right from the corner, Derek twisting and turning, just spots out the 2 players. And what is the reaction? What is the call? G2! They put him in a vice grip.
What a
in the blink of an eye.
postman.
All the advantages that EG had dismissed.
Was that an eco or something?
Sent to the wind.
No, that was a 4x for
There's a
both.
really nice adaptation from G2 to work against what EG are going for. EG's post-plant setup is to rely super heavily on the salvos, on the pull, and that means they need a safe place for Derek, a safe place for Ye. That's not going to be screens or heaven, it's got to be ramp. And so when this flank comes through, you're denying that safe space for the post-plant. It's a really simple but nice idea from G2, and it works out perfectly.
Okay.
They're up 12-5, 7 chances here to close things out and send us to Pearl, which will be one hell of a map to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Ye and Icy on double duelist potentially.
Bit of a ramp take here, called for by EG. Stun to set it up. Walkabout's relieved. Now you're in the danger zone there. Punished for it. Drop down despite the weaker weaponry of some of those EG players, and forwards is called for. At least with this one stepping up and round to the side. Trent is left on an island. Jorgamo missed his shot, backed himself out and away. Repositions himself into sight now. He wants to try and spell spoiler out towards him. Yeah, my God. Just cracks it open.
And
here. EG. Round by round is what it's going to take for them.
And this should have been one of the more difficult rounds to take.
What's your percentage for an EG comeback?
Their economy coming into this was pretty rubbish. They had a couple of stingers, managed to make that work in mid. You could argue a little over-aggressive from Leaf, but he was expecting that to be a pretty heavy A-ramp take.
What's Valance
EG
saves?
baited him by putting a player into A-ramp, but still having 2 heavily watching the mid flank. EG already making those adaptations because they know that G2 are looking to push out and get behind them if EG commit to an A exec. So you're seeing a real nice evolution, even though they've only managed to pick up 5 rounds, even though they're down 7 in this map. EG are still thinking about, okay, what are G2 trying to accomplish? How can we shut it down?
Yeah.
And that's the mark of a team that's improving, thinking, all throughout the playoff run.
Yeah, still believing, I think, as well, that they can win the map. It's possible to drag it back.
It's very unlikely, but what does that matter to EG?
No.
When has this roster, when has this org ever cared about what's likely?
And expectations that we have coming into series for this squad, it's just a consistent level up from EG. Looking to drag it back 1 round at a time, as you mentioned. The chances numerous for G2.
It's almost inevitable that at some point G2, either by virtue of ults or a huge round from somebody, be it Leaf, Jorg, Trent,
G2 on an eco?
they're gonna get it done. The question is, can EG make it difficult? Can they push them to the brink? Can they maybe find the one universe where they get the comeback?
God, imagine if we had a C9 choke. Sorry, NRG choke.
It's a tepid approach here by EG.
They're hoping to catch Superman or Ye as they make the walk forwards. And Potter has talked previously about the strategy on attack being to get an op into Ye's hand.
Trap's going to be triggered here. Ye has to try and put a stop to it as well. To be that dampener, but it's just traded out, evened out, and it's quick getaway. All the way through sewers. grab the spike and get a run on, but they're going to be going straight into Jorgamo. Airplane Bucky, seen this one before. EG already is Icy, delivering 10 from above. Jorgamo tries his best to do damage of his own.
But I think Icy's done the job here, right? He took the fast timing through Vent, deleted both of the A ramp players, and now EG have got themselves into a nice 2v1 with ults to work with as well. Derek's going to be able to get his Teo ult online.
He's already up.
I mean, hesitate to say it, but it's almost unlosable for EG.
Valen will make it go. Spots out
It's
the first
losable if
paranoia.
he killed him right there.
Held and let go here with the salvos.
If he can get out an ult, that would be pretty big.
The approach. Watch for even the showstopper. I mean, listen, whatever it takes. Absolutely anything to try and drag it forwards one round at a time now. Can critique EG, I think. Maybe say that they could have been a bit more frugal. You know, it's going to take ults really to try and make this map a bit more winnable, but I think that just shows the pressure that's on these players' shoulders.
7 chances down to 5 for G2. That was an eco round. I think they'll be happy that they forced out the showstopper, as you're talking about, Brent. The op was in Ye's hands there, but they've not gone for it again. I'm not even sure that they had the money, actually, to go for it again. On the other side, though, Jorg's picked one up. So he's looking to try to get himself posted on A. Salvos early, so that he can leave the Yoru on this aggressive angle.
An interesting comment.
This is now going to allow
Must
Trent
I suffer
and
through
Jonah
more
to
EG attack
leave
rounds?
A main and go and help in mid.
Can you finally take me to map 3?
Launching around here for G2 to try and take themselves to Pearl.
I mean, they've got 4 ults
This
here.
ult
You would
combo
think
from Derek and Nature can be utterly deadly. If you find information on where a player's holding, breach ult into Teo ult could just gift you a pick.
They're looking for it. Full line. Narrowly avoided sidestep by Superman. Wow, okay.
Fucking alpha Superman.
Straight in. Cape flourishing right behind him. He's going to get that open, and now EG looking to try and take control of the rest of this site here. It's ults expended. And G2,
they dodge everything.
Valen
and Valen picks apart Derek.
He's not going to be having
no
chance to really cause any more impact into this round. Hits drop down on top of
going to
it.
get into a position to be actually
trying to put a chokehold, a bit of blight now to
dampen on it. They're all way back in front.
And here's that Armageddon ult to their own. G2.
So they're keeping them inside the pit. Yoru decloaks. Omen teleports behind the pit as well.
Back here. And here it is, time to collect. Icy quick with the trade as well, but they are dropping like flies. Bodies toppling on either side.
They didn't get the plant down.
2v2, and time still an important necessity to play around here. As you mentioned, Josh, there's no plan whatsoever, but hunting.
Oh my
fuck. We'll drag you all the way.
Okay. We're 1-on-1. Could go either way. Map 3 is Pearl. Right, I need to clean my teeth. Hold on, I'm gonna get up. I think Canada Man made a new video. Yes, it's me as a cat. Throw city moments that turn TMV into a cat boy. We're almost getting to 100. Go and join Throw City. And hold on a second. I need to lie down. But you need that's paid material, so camera's going off.
Oh, the fuck do I
Spike
do?
down A.
It's you I'm so tired, man.
Our spike carrier is dead. Spike down A.
You're done.
Last player standing.
Oh, never mind. Nice.
Both.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Nice right. Hey, let's go.
I'm getting up diff by the plat.
Coming out art. Nice. Should be one more on art. Good flank.
Guys, you have 5 bullets.
Nice.
Ooh. You guys can go back main. You can chill. We got suck. Nice.
Good job.
Really good round.
Goodbye. Where are you? One enemy remaining. That makes 3. Blood.
Yes.
Did they really?
down.
Blocking sight.
One enemy remaining.
3 gone. My ult is ready.
Last in sewer.
Flawless. They're standing.
It's it.
Everyone's a one shot. Everyone's one shot.
Ready.
Spam song. Yeah, bolt.
Enemy remaining.
Nice.
Four.
He TP'd.
Oh! Holy.
Perfect. Stone that in.
Yeah, what? Yo. What are you laughing about?
Guys, he's main, if you haven't noticed. He's main.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, woohoo!
Guys, he's still main, if you haven't noticed.
Yay!
Guys, do you know where he is? He's being mean.
Yo, I think he's the main, guys.
He's one, I think.
What the fuck are we no-scoping?
117.
No! You... Wait, surely you jump it next time.
117.
Guys, he's still main, guys, trust me.
117.
Nice. Go. Oh, bro, fuck yeah. Oh shit, guys!
Yo, this four!
I feel like they know something.
Last player standing.
Okay.
I'm out. Wait, his mouse died?
I suggest
Yo, boost your movement? Yo, movement differs, movement differs.
Leave it.
God.
Don't kill him, don't kill him.
No way. No way.
Yeah, bro. Thank you for the game.
I smoked the flank.
Look at this guy.
This was my first scope kill with this gun in this game.
Oh wow, look at that. Thank you. I did not know that was gonna fucking recall.
Reload.
I'm low.
Cypher outside. Holding up. I will read it. Alright, I'm fine.
Oh, I did not know he was open.
Yes, okay. We come together.
Go outside.
Not in that way, but we come together.
Why not?
I got it.
Wait, you spike!
No, happened! What are you doing?
Hello?
Oh my god.
Player standing.
BT!
He's like, get on, please.
There, they won't clear you.
Stand up though, no crouch. If you crouch, you lose.
Last player.
Sit there,
We have to
bro.
sit there, you idiot! Not flanking.
One enemy remaining.
What a reaction time.
I could never hit that.
Funk is the go, bro.
Nice. We have 2 ults.
I have flash.
You're out. They have no smokes,
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Cover going out.
Nice, well played.
You want to off?
cross.
Oh, I accidentally stunned myself. Whoops.
Back up.
Okay.
I'm out of here.
One on each side. Yeah.
Oh.
One enemy remaining.
Wait, bait for me.
Spike down, B.
What are you doing, bro? Hello?
Can someone please hold free?
No, you don't need it. No, they won't.
I'm gonna close free.
Okay.
One tree.
Last free.
I'll do
Nice,
this.
We have smoke.
Just run, just run. There's a Bucky in tower. Don't ignore tower. Go side, go side. Go side, go side. Oh Go shit, side. I have 5. Ignore tower, ignore tower.
10 seconds left.
Wait!
Last player.
Wait, ult.
The 1-1-1.
I don't need the ult. You're right.
One enemy remaining.
Wait, you're back.
Operator.
2 bullets.
Cat emoji. Cat emoji.
Oh, that's chamber,
cat
right?
emoji. Cat
Hello,
emoji.
everyone. Put on my little bell.
And then
Oh god, what is this?
boy so cute.
Maybe like
I love furry man's Valo.
Oh no! Okay, I'm back. And they are almost back. Let's do this. Let's fucking do this. Oh dear. One. Can EG do it? I have my doubts. Thanks, Canada man.
Here's 50 Canadian cents
4
to
a.m.
keep you
by the
awake.
time we end. 4 a.m. Long fucking America's Day. What, 10 till 4? That's what? Fucking... That's the full 6 hours. Good thing I didn't stream fucking game 1. I'd be fucking on my head. Yeah, I'll probably have to miss the first Pacific game tomorrow. Fuck knows when I'll get up. I'll get up when I get up. I'll probably miss most of the Wolves game as well. Unlucky. I'm not getting up at fucking... I mean, if this ends at 4 a.m. my time, you will not catch me up at 9 a.m. You won't catch me up at 10 a.m. You might catch me up at 11. But this is a fucking no-go. It normally takes me like fucking at least half an hour to get to sleep anyway. And to watch what? Talon Nongshim? Do I care that much about Talon Nongshim? Lowers? Not really.
There's nothing more pivotal than here and
As I
now.
say, I'll
This
prioritize
round, pistol
Pacific,
round for Pearl.
Tomorrow. over
Career
the lower
defining,
final
in
American.
some sense, a chance of redemption if EG can drag it over the line and potentially make that chance of Toronto. For G2, would be dire straits indeed for them.
A really early pop of those thorns within the first 15 seconds.
Okay, EG on
He's
attack.
going to be offloaded on top of it as well. This is not a stall. Use delay, Jorgamo. All going to be taken out and triggered nice and early. That was just to give EG that bit of peace of mind. They're already lurking all the way up through into lane. They're going to try and take these fights together here. And now Leaf not shying away from it. He's eager to try and at least draw some blood, but they're both flashed up, both blinders. Anything fades away just in time. I see 3-4 it. Jorg barely able to get the one before the trade comes through.
1v3.
Wrapping around from behind.
Oh,
Trent's
but
got it all
that's
to do.
Nature does well there.
He reveals the position. Salvo's into the corner. Nature's wide as
Damage
anything
is
here,
fine
but
there. Damage
22
isn't
health
too
is what
bad. He's now
Trent has
one
been dropped
shot.
down to. That's what he's got to work with.
Should be impossible.
Against an Icy and Superman. The discipline in their minds, yeah.
The ante
That's a big
looked
round by
good from
Icy.
G2 in this round. They know that EG like to default towards mid, and double doors is normally where they go first. So G2 put thorns there, and then a seasoner pull. and then are ready to fight it afterwards. But Icy is the difference maker. He picks up 2 and then even gets a 3rd with the flash kill. It's him that almost single-handedly saves that round for
double
EG.
duelist.
After G2 knew exactly what was going on.
They need winning pistol.
They still have another pistol. Now G2 are not going to force this.
They need.
Even though they could buy light armor and stingers on almost all of their players.
They can win with 7.
They only do it really on the attack side, but they're going to push still.
Flash and a haunt. Catches the position of nature here. Well, you wait for it. Leaf has opted into the Marshall purchase. No value to be had just yet, but shows his presence. They know exactly what they're going to be waiting for here. Off to the side.
Oh, no.
It's a difficult shot to hit.
Oh,
Yay.
no.
Drop down. That's 101. Weakened to a degree.
no.
Flashed up as
this is so winnable
for
for
the rest of his team here, but there it is. Lying from the side. Squeeze being placed and put down onto some of these players.
Okay, spikes down at least.
Oh shit.
And shut out here of the site.
It should be very clean. The positioning from Derek and Superman's good. They're going to have salvos, pull. Yay and Icy can fight.
Slight pocket to play in here, but out towards the top. Players have been isolated and cut out of the picture. Derek does draw blood. Trent's going to be dropped. The chances really dwindling as I say that. Cheeky shot indeed, but you have to really deal with this pull. Off to the side here, shots need to be hit, and decent try and a decent effort by G2.
They're fine, they're fine, they're fine. Never
But actually, Derek, the one to collect all of those kills and gets a little closer to the Tejo ultimate. One to keep an eye on, though it won't be available in the bonus round.
I wish I could bring like a hammer and nails with me when I play against Astra, man.
Not that great for EG heading in here. Quite a bit of damage done.
You don't like Astra?
But this is where we get to
No,
see
like,
whether EG
if I was a player playing against Astra, I'd like bring a hammer and nails with me. 5 damage per toe.
Rundown of what EG love to do.
Just
They're an
fucking
unusual team on their
slam
attack
myself
side
in a
of pro.
position and
almost
diffuse.
every other team is going to be taking fast A main control, then going back to mid or back to B. And instead, EG normally are going to opt into taking a bunch of mid control first and then going to deal with the extremities. Yay with the Guardian, though, has his watchful eye over towards a potential push from Jorgen Trent, as they did on their eco round.
Could be in the danger zone.
Good
Worry
little
about the flash
A-split
play
here.
with a haunt over.
A-split would be a pretty common idea
EG's
with this
bread and
comp, you
butter
would
are these
think.
A-splits.
But
This is it. Trent crouched down, ready to pounce at a moment's notice, but the shot just goes wide here. Yay! Finally dealt with. Jorgamo just needs to try and get the hell out of there before the squeeze comes through, and he can hear it, the rumble of the footsteps out and around to the side. That is Jonah P.
killed
Does
the
more than some
lurk
damage.
mid.
That was out through mid, but stray
Oh,
shots and stray spam. Okay.
Hold on, hold
Might
on.
save the day. EG finally get themselves active and into this site.
Valen
Oh,
not feeling
they don't
confident
know
enough
that.
to go for a spam kill here. He doesn't have anybody watching a potential push. He's worried that EG might be going aggressive.
Round to the side, though. No one was watching. Or even anticipating the
watch
position
it
that Valen could be in. Lying
Jay
in wait for it.
Dunaski, thanks for the 2
Trying
months.
to play the rest of his team all the way in.
Yeah, so he didn't give away his
Finally.
position by trying to spam the
Keep
spike
it going
here.
from split there with the form, I should say, Josh.
And then
I
with
should
Look at
say.
that
Michael
numbers
like
up.
going down
Rarely
here, they
lose
clearly
in those
didn't
situations.
realize
Found
that
his
he was
moment
there at all.
perfectly. He was
Perhaps
playing
hoping
passive,
that they
not
might
giving
even
away
do
where he
this.
was holding.
Hold on, I remember GA.
And maybe
Never
gave,
mind.
you know, a bit more room than I was expecting to EG, but then found his moment to pounce just as they were escaping from the plant.
What are your percentages right now?
The form's looking good.
65-35.
Let's go, Jake.
And Jorg calls that double swing towards the end, and they pounce.
Discipline.
What are yours?
I'm feeling
EG are going to change things up here. They're going to go for some early A control. And this is where Jorg and
55
Trent have been
G2.
playing. They got the read.
Damn.
It's been pretty much the same for the last 3 rounds.
100% Lash. You really think it's that close?
That was a dash forwards. TP on top
Sell
of
me.
it, so EG
They just want a pistol.
full control of
They went
forwards.
second pistol.
Attempted a refi, but delayed.
They should win.
But it does give you the information that they've stuck around here. It hasn't just been an insert. You know, there's still bodies in this area, including Derek. Ult online.
Have I thought how
Now
BFL might work
they
for
lead. Do
playoffs?
they
For
keep
Masters,
Icy in
yes,
this
I have
position?
an
No, he
idea for
actually
Masters.
retreats
For
with the rest of the team.
playoffs,
So you're expecting Trent to
playoffs would
drone
be a
out
lot
this area
harder.
at some point. Here it
If
comes.
the
To be able to
schedules
get
are
all
like
of this
they are
information in
for
A main
stage
again.
1,
They realize
I
there's
don't
nobody
see
here,
how I
and now
could
they
do
don't need to
playoffs.
keep the stack on A. They can just leave
Because
Jorgamo posted, and Trent, Jonah P.
all
they
of
can
the
rotate
regions
off
are
to
just
either
on
cover mid or
completely
B.
different time
Might be
frames.
going straight into the blender. 50
So
seconds
if
to
you
work
think
with.
about doing like a regular season
EG only
combined
just getting that
into
wall out
then
and over, but Luckily, boxes to play around and jump over here with the Armageddon. That's layered down all the way into the back of the site. G2 push forwards for a moment. It's already faded before. Pinter could really get in.
I'm not sure how that would work, to be honest.
Disjointed here from EG, and they're being slowed down on top of it with that util, but yay, not to be denied.
What's Jordan
all the way
doing?
forwards here, but Leaf, luckily, got his watchful eye up onto that spot. They call for it! Fighting forwards. Keen to try and drop these players before they can really stand and make a go. The plan going down here. Stun. Doesn't do much more.
They aren't aware of this stuff.
Is going to be hot on their heels all the way through and around to the side. Dodging round.
What?
The fucking whip
jog.
And the Super wins this.
Sure. Will leave a shot now wide to the side. Superman covers it all.
The reposition from Super was perfect.
This is the last
somehow
map, man.
he found the timing to go for that push into spawn.
This is crazy.
Missed Jorg completely. Gotta say that flank was a bit of a whiff though. They should have had that one locked down.
That's a brutal one for Jorg.
And Valen was doing an incredible job.
Literal 1 HP.
Superman deserves some credit for getting into that spot.
Oh my god.
The reaction from Josh RT. That should have been around that G2 were in control of.
I can't. These ugly fucking jerseys can't make it to an international, surely.
Waltz early, missed time from Derek, and yet still success.
There's passion there for these EG players, fire in their belly.
G2 stack 4 players to fight B. To fight mid, but not an aggressive fight of mid, just stacking, knowing that EG are going to want to default in this area.
Make it 5.
Both teams just staring at each other.
And Valen's joined the pack. There's a tipping point here.
His fingers are both on the other side.
A moment's notice, and here it is. The go button. It's going to be called for here. Whole
Big
needs
crunch.
to be contained, but he's EG
Oh my god, it's chaos.
Can't really see whatsoever.
Wow. Wow.
Wow, Nature.
You hit him with the 1-2.
It's fine. Lock it in here. I'm not even worried about G2.
Is there a world where EG beat MIPR 10? Yeah, of course there is.
Those are the rounds that EG
When do we press the panic button? Is it like 1-7, 1-6?
Oh, if it gets a 7-1, I'm fucking panicking, yeah.
Who's jumping around getting kills all over.
Look at that replay.
But cool and calm, still like the Waters. EG, they persevere. Jorgamo's going to pull out this operator.
Panic
So it looks like he's going to
5
take an
ults.
aggressive line over
They have
towards B.
5
Just popping
ults.
down his teleport before he gets into position. And this is exactly where EG are headed.
Talks about a map.
Drone, no. Nothing to do with this one. He has to TP, get the hell out of there early. Doesn't want to be suppressed and caught out onto an island. Icy's forwards, though, with that dimensional drift. Cosmic Divide is all going to be laid down.
Oh, they missed it. They missed the Cosmic Divide, and what?
Jorgamo is trapped. Off to the side here. Is this going to be overzealous by Icy?
What?
You're gonna be
Icy, bro, chill. It's a 5v3. Okay, you forgot how to chill, and now you lost the round. Good job, guys. Holy fuck, that's unlucky. It's not unlucky, it's the opposite of unlucky. It's shit.
They're the post boys, they're the post boys, poster boys.
Trying to get away onto the side. Superman, he's got this shorty into his hands, but the rest of his team has been picked apart at the seams.
It's
Paul from
fast,
Icy.
it's
Paul
well
from,
executed by EG, and then slightly overstepping. You
Slightly,
called it
I would
out,
say
Icy,
megally
maybe a tad further
overstepping. You got
forwards
the
than he
first
should have
2
been,
kills.
but
What the
honestly,
fuck
he
are
had
you
the
doing
backup from
continuing
nature.
to push
It was a
that?
coordinated
Horrible
push
call.
from EG, just
Horrible
masterfully
call.
dealt with by G2. Both of these teams
Honestly,
are
I don't
super
even care if
happy
someone's
when their
calling that.
opponents
You
are the one
should, someone should just say
driving the tempo
5v3 and
forwards.
just, instantly you
Try
know
to play
you've got to
fast
fuck
into
off.
G2, they can absorb that
No
aggression.
need for this at all.
Sometimes the chaos gets the better end of them, and sometimes, like in this round, they're anticipating it, dealing with it perfectly. G2 knock EG down onto an eco round.
Let's go! Let's go!
Another on an eco. Man, that's a crazy swing. 5v3, now you're on an eco, they would have been on an eco. Yeah, I mean, that literally might lose them this game.
No, we saw in a game against Crew a while back.
We'll have more chances.
He went for an updraft play, and they just flashed into Art to get info over whether anybody was there. And that would have set up Icy and Ye for a double peek on that defender. But alas, no
Jog
one's
has a
home.
line, but they don't have all the info.
From forwards. Triggered early.
Oh my
Jorg revealing
god.
his hand, showing that he is here. There's presence. Waiting. Gotta be controlled
Defensive
though.
nightfall that
Already coming through. That's gonna be
only hits
updraft
2?
and away. Clone in
He
your
missed
face.
it.
Jorg
He's
his way out of there. Had that backup policy and that plan lying in wait, but
I'm not sure they know that Icy is this deep pushed. Okay, now the Prowler detects it, so he's forced to back up.
it's all over the place.
It is a little.
Armageddon even being committed.
Really?
Just to clear this space out.
I almost died.
Causing a bit of a timing.
Hello?
Trent!
Hello?
Oh my!
What? That has to be a
with the
tech
salvos
pause.
in hand, and I see
No, they're
barely
just- they're
survives. The
losing their mind
salvo's
is
just
what's happening.
dissipating. You have mid-control, but it's a 2v4.
They didn't want
They
to
were
go back
they
on
were
the
so
fight.
desperate to
the
fucking
map.
crunch
He's the
on a
defender, and he's
tail
now deeper into mid
that
than
they
the
thought,
attackers
let's
are.
just run into these
A
salvos.
weird opportunity for timings and a little bit of info. Those jumps probably heard by Leaf, although maybe not, because the rest of G2 are not reacting, not responding.
Is he trying to be a
Derek
clone?
is going to have salvos, and
Yeah.
he's going to have the Tail ultimate here. There's 10 seconds left. G2
I mean,
have got to realize
Got it, will they
that
clear the
nothing's
sight in
happening.
time?
Trying to clear out most of the
Okay.
way. G2 finally get to grips of what's happening in the round, as you
G2 ulting him
mentioned.
so far away.
It's all
Oh
about
my
not letting
god,
it go.
man.
He doesn't even clear
That
the
ult
ball.
usage, this is what I mean. That ult usage is actually dog.
Aimed all the way. Icy's there.
Like, yeah, good job.
We're in a depth from above
Good
with the
job. They got
balance.
2
And a
kills
shorty
against you. Like,
Valin, quick
it's a
on the
4v2
cleanup.
against an eco. Just trust yourself.
Yeah.
G2
You
handled
said have more
what was
important
an
round?
incredibly chaotic round.
It's true.
I'm surprised that Trent invested the Tail ultimate out of that, but I also lost track of what was happening over towards A main. And there were
That's 2
double
ults, by the way, on
salvo
the
kills.
eco.
Yay! And
They used
somebody else
Fatal
ended
as
up
well.
running
They used
through
3.
A main, I think, and then
Oh
just
yeah, they did use 3.
planted
Holy
the
shit.
salvos at Arth. Was that
Pick your poison.
not just pick your poison, but they just didn't realize
Yeah.
they were caught in the midst of those cloud
Yeah, they
bursts
just run looking on the ground.
and just didn't realize where the salvos were. Popped out of it, and suddenly, as soon as they could see,
Funny thing is,
danger all
Trent
around.
will probably think that, oh yeah, my ult cooked them. And they had to run into my salvos. And instead they came.
When in
It was
reality,
the 2 players that
he's
came from A
managed to
main who just
get his tail ult online in that
sprinted
fly
into them.
round with the benefit of the plant. And yay, seen a lot
Maybe
of
G2
situations
has a
where he just
protocol where, like, yo, if you have an
slowly
ult
takes A
and, like,
control,
it's
looking for a
7,
duel that
8
he would be
rounds, use
favored in.
it so you get another ult at some point.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
that
you
is
know,
very
so-
true. That
good
is
use of
generally good policy,
Still go
but
out of
Because this is not the first time I've seen them do like literally a 3 ult on an eco like this. Like
phenomenal game in order
they
for
will
EG
press
to
X
win
to
and go
win no
to
matter
Toronto.
what, which
It
is
seems
I
almost
kind of disagree with it, but I
incomprehensible that EG
understand.
would win with him not being the best performing player, because that's exactly how their Pearl has gone basically every other
A
time.
main exec.
Runs there, Jorg. Just missing. Dash still in the back pocket of Ye here, but his flash is in your face, and that's going to be slowing you down still. There's that Armageddon. Save for a spot like this one with the someone's in through the back.
I like that. It clears out Secret and it clears out Flowers.
Towards the top, though, drop down. And, oh my god, how's Ye getting that one? They want to take this fight all the way to them. It's going to take a lot, though, to dislodge Trent from that spot.
Spike?
In that carnage once
How
more.
has Trent lived that? What the fuck? Nah, man, it's over. Trent's gonna fucking drag them kicking and screaming to Toronto.
Stuck in a tiny corner, he creates magic out of nothing. 11 and 6. He's had
All because
maybe you
IC
could argue a
doesn't
bit of a
clear him.
quiet
He thinks
game.
that he killed everybody
He
on
didn't
the right
dominate on
side.
Lotus. He was there in the final round of
Look at
split.
that second kill.
Otherwise, it was all Leaf. But this is his map. And he stamps his authority upon the game. 4-4 and knocks EG down onto an eco once more.
Yeah, that is another EG like mega overpeak. They
Rounds
could have
like
just
that.
planted the spike
Oh,
and
I think he's probably been the most
played
impactful
posts.
player of 2025. If you sum up the whole year so far.
they maybe also didn't
They are
need
gonna
like
need
3
more of
players fighting it. Maybe just send Icy. Yeah, he dies 2 for 1.
More asked for from Ye himself. I
It's a
mean,
nice
okay,
start.
that's a
Oh my
double
God.
timed peak.
If Nature hadn't got it, Ye was there.
Yeah.
And they've given that hero rifle to him. He goes forward, drops the Vandal, collects a Phantom, and now EG have 2 weapons to play with. It's Icy and Ye, the playoff duo.
You do not want to be opted into that fight. Leaf barely.
He's so lucky to barely take
Bit
damage.
of bullet tag there could have been spelling defeat for him, but they've given up lane control completely. That's drone forwards.
What the fuck is this? Oh, it's a
super
flash,
aggressively
close range.
played.
Hyper committed angle. Hoping to get ahead of that timing.
Oh
They thought it was
my.
clear. Derek
Wait,
with
look
the
at
drive.
fucking.
But
Yeah,
Leaf was
Trent's
there.
gonna knife him.
Getting active,
Yeah.
and this is just
I
a
wanted
strange
to
round
so bad.
entirely. Chance is still here. 2 players with rifles in hand. Dash forwards to try and cut this one up, but there's a smoke to obfuscate. Off to the side and into the corner. A bit of spam
Oh,
will do the
melty.
job there. And Valin steps forwards and around, waiting for that timing. Calls for it, but just about delayed. I mean, 35 seconds left with the spike in the middle of nowhere. They realize that
30
Ye has to play into them.
The round is essentially over here. I mean, Ye, even if he was back to his absolute prime form, I don't see the win condition. The net is tightening. Players all around him, completely surrounded with 15 seconds left and the spike nowhere near.
Nowhere to run. Not even a chance to really plan at this point as well. There's Leaf.
Damn.
Hyper active in the moment.
Damn.
That was a super intelligent round from Leaf.
Oh
The way
no.
that He responded after jiggle peeking and seeing two players
EG
in B lane.
13-4.
He instantly comes out and tries to take an aggressive position at pillar. He knows that these guys, this is the weak side of the hit.
They'll win like 2
when
rounds at
EG
the
run
end.
their B splits, the majority of the team is coming through mid. They're not coming
Bro,
through
this is
B
going to
main.
quadruple overtime.
They do it differently to a lot of other.
Nah, I think they needed 8th on attack, I think. Double duelist.
Yeah, true, actually.
Oh, that was good by Leaf again. Always push where the pressure isn't. Although there was 2 players there. He might have only expected Super to be there, but there was actually 2. It's currently 10 past 3. To be fair, EG's attack has been at least somewhat fast. Savinho didn't come on in the Man City game, so that's good at least.
Split, yeah. Because Trent's going to drone it, Jog's going to get posted on it. This round, Juggernaut looking like he wants to take the operator over towards B long. And it's another one of the rounds where EG are...
Okay, I see with Yorewalt. They're 1 off Visolt. Trent 12 and 6.
Back end of that timeout here, EG are looking to see if they can stem the bleeding because that's 4 rounds in a row for G2.
The thing is, I don't see how Jog gets value out of this because Icy's going to ult and then Jog is going to have to leave the angle.
Awful.
Can he get something done before Icy ults? I mean, Icy's on the opposite side of the map.
Stepped up, just misses it with a flick of the wrist there and has to commit it with the TP to back out and away.
Boring football. Holy fuck.
So this really committed from EG without the assistance of their Yoru. That makes me think it might even be part of a fake.
Yeah, not sure where the presence is coming from, but...
I think this is going to be a real test of Leaf. It looks like Icy's going to ult over towards A and try to make it feel like an A fake. Or try to make it feel like it's really A.
It's just him.
The question is whether Leaf buys it.
It's solo pressure at best.
He doesn't hear anyone with him.
TP's has just disappeared, so Icy's missed his timing.
Yeah.
So what do we
Can't
do?
regroup with the rest of the team. I think Leaf is fully
He's
well.
still
Look,
TP
no one
is
from
end up
G2
behind
is really
them somewhere
budging
in
from this
spawn.
position. They know
Crunch B.
it's fake presence.
Yeah, and that's the
He's
Leaf
just
game
running
sense
away.
again.
And now they know it's an absolute fake.
Sentinel Drift to try and clear through here. The trouble is this is going to be
He
running
ults
dry ever so
from
slightly.
top
but
window.
He's got the TP to try and back and away.
Half
He's
your
gonna
ult
try
is
and point out
gone.
some of these players for the rest of his team to try and take it. Steel Garden forwards. Jogamo goes for it.
What?
That's okay. Indicators, yeah, spelling it out. It's dangerous to be had onto the site. EG
Just
get
look at the
themselves
spike
into it
down.
though. Good seas onto the 2 of them. It's an Armageddon. Clears the way most of the way in through the back of the
And now
site
he's
now.
gone back.
The 2 are being slowed down themselves.
Hope Valen doesn't get a spam
Trent's
kill.
utility
He does
basically
round
solo
over.
clears sight, and now G2 can focus forwards.
Spam in through
Hold
the
on, wait a
smokes.
minute.
G2, they need these kills and they need
There's
it bad. EG
Measure 2.
dropping to the side here. The smoke's going to be dissipating. 3v4 playing
No
into the
pull,
post
very
plan. I'm
fast.
not expecting Ye to be just so tightly
no,
committed
this is
into that
Roxford.
corner. Valen
G2,
knows
there's no
the
way.
spot, but listen, it's all
Okay,
just
yeah.
disjointed in the
Yeah.
end. EG,
Okay. Damn.
they played immaculately.
Oh, Pearl B.
Fully
It's good
evacuating
to
off
have
the
you
site.
in the
No
game
way that
again.
G2 had the tools to clear it out.
Site, man. Fuck this
And that's how
stupid
EG
site.
need to be playing these post plans. Get back, get far away from the spike, rely on the fact that you have salvos, pull, spam to be able to work with.
Who do I
It's
have in
fine
the
if Ye
G2
plays a bit of an
MIVR game
aggressive angle.
tomorrow? Might be saying that a bit early.
But Nature picks up 2.
Like, genuinely, what if they just
players that were
copied
miles away
Counter-Strike
from each
maps?
other.
Like 1 for 1.
Leaf tapping.
El Diablo! Let's go, baby!
Hyping up Ye, who is at the bottom of the scoreboard right now.
I think that
And if
would
he takes
probably
over,
be
if he
shite.
makes the difference in this map, he could
You
start
think so?
propelling EG into the lead.
G2
yeah,
forwards
I
again as
assume some
4
of them
players
just wouldn't work
in through
at all.
lane. Money. It's going to a little bit skew whiff here, but EG
I mean, he kept the barriers in spawn.
once again and lying in wait. It's almost rinse and repeat.
I'm coping so
Finding
hard.
the kills. Jorgamo's turn next, and the flash is impeccable.
Who's next?
Who will be the new challenger to
Yeah.
step up to Ye at double doors? Send
He's
your
battling
best.
the Elite Four
He's in
right now.
form.
No items.
I think G2 again with a great read that EG like defaulting over here.
But listen, they're already holding for all of this space, man. Doesn't matter.
It's just 1 by 1. They weren't willing to be patient and allow EG to be the one stepping forward into their domain. They forced the fight.
Catches even the very best teams out.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty serious mistake there.
Trent
And
1v5,
it means
then
that
it is a
EG
fair fight.
they take the lead in this half. And Jorg, he can't really buy. Valin, he's down to 100 credits. Leaf as well.
What a
the economy is
strange
going to be
round from
so
G2.
bad heading into the next round for those three players. Trent, he needs to keep this rifle just so that he can drop one of them.
Yeah, he does.
Gotta try something.
EG already going hunting.
EG, though, do tend to be slow in these kind of moments. They're not super quick on the trigger in terms of going and finding that player. Ye has updraft. I mean, he could updraft to check art, which would be ridiculous. But it doesn't look like he's going to go for it.
Here they come. Spam into the box. Narrowly missed.
Trent needs this.
Desperate for it. He's going to try and hold on for as long as he possibly can.
And he is going to keep it.
Yeah, being swarmed, but it's going to be slow going, I think, for EG. Seconds dwindling down. To the wire there. It does keep the gun in the end.
Straight into the transition instead of us knowing if it happened or not.
Trying to force the fight through the crack angle. You had 4 players stacked at double doors, waiting for the fight to come, and it was so close. If they hadn't taken contact early, I think EG would have committed. And G2 are going to take a tactical timeout here. There's only 1 round.
Wow, attack for 1 round? I mean, to be fair, that was a pretty disastrous round. Kills are very heavily in G2's favor, but I guess that's because map 2, I guess, was a bit of a stomp, more of a stomp than this map was. Oh, Nature had a rough one. How is Heretics versus Fnatic? Heretics look very good. Fnatic looked a little bit lost. Felt like
from Ye.
I mean, Haven was very strange. The first round, go and check out the first round.
So G2
a crazy pistol ace.
That Ye would go for something
like
this,
that.
so somebody on EG would go for it and decided to invest in the full armor rather than the better weaponry. They come in with double stinger and a guardian.
A large group up again by G2. Trying to learn a lesson though from last time. They're actually going to be taking the initiative themselves. Push forwards, Jorgamo is backing out of there. An exchange, that's an updraft again!
Wow.
That's so sick.
Knives in his hand.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's the only player that I see going for that in the modern era. And yet he's been successful with it twice in recent history.
Timeless is the play.
It's like they forget.
Clearance now for EG all the way through. And
No
it's
one
up
will
to
do that at a
these
pro
G2
level.
players to take risks of their own. Jorgamo repositions. He knows that they've lost control of art. And absolutely everything is caught for here. Straight shots, 140. Barely alive.
G2 really are falling into the trap. The slow attack side defaults from EG are forcing G2 to go and look for information, especially with Trent down. They don't have the drone.
Yeah.
So they have to put their body on the line. They have to go and peek for info. And that means you run the risk of walking into Ye. They're worried that there could still be people in A main. They don't really have util for it. I mean, Jonah P could throw a horn, to be honest. But they need to get a move on re-clearing A main, because all of these G2 defenders are in the wrong spot.
Losing their chance.
Leaf is under mad pressure on B.
Already. 25 seconds left to play with.
Here we
Already
go.
dead to most of the util. That's a steel garden. The knives, they miss.
There's one.
Right click in hand, is damage done. But Leaf is under scrutiny. It's all about what he can deliver from this spot and how much time can he buy for the rest of his squad to get in. The walls, Triad up and away. Cosmic Divide, it's chaos. It's anarchy.
Derek.
And that's why EG thrive and look their best. 2 left to stand here for G2. Try and make a play forwards, cross section. Looking like
you
all
have no more
sorts of
timeouts.
weird and wacky business. Step forwards and around. Another kill here, and a rifle picked up at least for Valin. Missed his chance and missed his opportunity. A 2-round.
Okay. 7-5.
Is
winnable.
Is it enough? Is it enough? It's all honestly, it's the pistol. This is all on the pistol.
Winnable?
Like, if there was one pistol to win, I know you're 8. What is it? Fucking
Biggest pistol of G2's life? I mean, I'd say the ones that maybe the grand final of Bangkok were bigger, but it's a pretty big pistol. It's the biggest pistol of some of the EG players' life. I mean, particularly Nature and Super, probably. Everyone else has been to an international, right? Obviously, Ye has. Icy has. Did Derek go to an international with 100 Thieves? I'm pretty sure they did, right? They went to champ. They went to that champs, right? EG's defense side Pearl. Let's take a look. Stats. Let's just do stage 1. Pearl. Defense. Ooh. I mean, it's not a ton of rounds, to be fair. Let's go from the start of the year. 43% though, not great. Not great, but still, I'm feeling, if they can win this pistol, I'm feeling good. If they lose this pistol, I'm feeling pretty bad. But then again, I didn't feel that great about that defense side Lotus, and they only lost 1 round. Like, what could happen here is they could, if they win pistol, if they then win against the Force and then convert this round, that'll be 10-5. And they'll have a big eco. So if they can do this, then I think, obviously at that point, they'll do it. If they win and lose, though, that's pretty sad. Here we go.
So they really need to step up and draw this one level at 7-7.
Forwards as Icy steps up, but that is heavy.
Nice,
heavy.
okay.
Yeah,
President's going to be waiting for him here. Quick evacuation. That's Superman. Doesn't want to be called out into the open by it. Good opening kill for G2.
Cut it down.
And at this point, it's about how you convert it into the round.
They had some really clean 5v4s on Lotus. And a lot of them disappeared out of their grasp.
Be long and here's someone
can't
pushing on the
afford for
pistol.
mistakes like that.
Yeah,
EG have been really good even when they're a player down.
Well, Tails on the right.
Nobody lying over towards B. Triple push though. Reclearance into mid.
They've got information.
You're gonna know it's B as well.
G2 actually exec into B because they still have that wall over there. Nature's going to be providing that info.
Forwards here. There's going to be lineups going up and over. Only hear the footsteps, the rumble. It's all quiet.
All the usual. Holy shit.
Wall not even going to be triggered either. Yay, just spotting most of this one out here. Stepping forwards though. That's G2.
All right, Leaf. What do we got?
Quick delay claim to this site.
Yeah, he has to win this fight.
Leaf versus Ye. He's not going to see it coming. He doesn't clear it.
With round, everything going right. Here for G2.
Why are you such a big G2 fan?
Struggling to keep their heads above water when it comes to these
matters.
pistol rounds. Derek,
now it's close.
Gonna make a
Yeah,
decent go
but
of
why are you such a big G2 fan?
Sound was in the back.
Oh, in general?
Yeah.
Too many obstacles to really overcome.
I'm a very big,
one at a
what's it
time.
called? Anders believer, and Valen's my favorite player.
Already taking out the one, but now here's that.
Valen is your favorite
Contact
player.
court and around.
Yeah.
Finally claimed here. Second one in the series, as you already said,
I fucks with his presence on desk. I like his
I
energy.
thought it would be Benji Fishy.
Win their second pistol round out of
Benji
6 that
Fishy?
were available in this series.
Benji's a good friend, but
Even if
not
they'd
my
lost
favorite
there,
player.
that might have
Probably
been an
one of my favorite
opportunity for
Sentinels.
G2 to force up. Like we've seen, they love going for the stingers if they get the plant down. But they were
Are
clean.
are there any other
And that
Fortnite
is the
players?
kind of momentum
in
they're
Val?
going to want to ride forwards. And on the other side, players to disrupt, like Ye, who's picked up the
Like that have
Marshal.
made
He
it?
hasn't really activated in this
Yeah.
map yet. Every other time we've seen EG
I
play
forget,
on Pearl, where
there
Ye has
must
been
be an
playing Jet,
EMEA, not
he's
an
put on
NA.
a
Like way
marvelous
back at the very
performance.
start, there were a lot of Fortnite players who were on some
And they're so close.
teams, like in the first year, that
This
were
would
doing
be an
well.
outrageous upset for EG
Oh,
to take.
Zip-ban apparently.
Pretty similar to the outrageous
Yeah,
upsets they've
Zip-ban's
already
won.
delivered against C9
Do you
and
remember
Crew.
Jammies?
Been countless times now.
I remember the name.
At a certain point, you have to start
He
putting
like
respect
filled
onto
in
the
for, I
names.
think it was
but
V1 or something, I don't even remember.
now staring at the backside.
He
of
was
this
a
one,
guy.
though, Leaf not caught out into the open.
G2 sensing danger here, and EG has
Was Zip-ban any good at Fortnite?
a little bit similarly to
Zip-ban
their
was
pistol
alright.
round. So maybe that's giving us a hint
Did Zip-ban
as to
win an
Potter's strategy
FNCS? I
on the
swear to
defense.
God.
Leaning the defense
Was Benji
pretty
Fishy
heavy
the goat?
on A, and then playing a B retake kind of setup.
Benji was really
I think
fucking
it's
good
dangerous to play B retake against an Astra Tejo composition.
in his
These
time.
post plants are nasty. But think
Better
back
than
to
you?
Lotus. G2 only won
Oh,
1
fuck yeah,
out of
what the hell?
7 of the post plants over
That
there.
was a
I
joke.
don't
I
think it's going to be the same on this map.
but in the game, yeah.
Chaos,
That guy was the fucking
caused by
phenom, bro.
nature, or at least attempted. He gets
know
dealt
how he
with
does it.
very quickly by the pack.
You already mentioned it as well. Post plants were a bit of a problem for that
Zipan,
first map, but
Keep
G2
Up,
did
Pippa, and why?
correct the course. At least for split, it's definitely
30
sailed them
seconds left.
towards a pretty decent win here. There's going to be salvage the delay.
Poach
Used to buy a bit of
was
time
good
here
at
for the EG
Fortnite.
players to try and get themselves in, but the post plant position.
Oh yeah, Poach was
pretty
amazing.
good
I
here
forgot
for
about
G2.
Poach.
Spike planted.
But I swear you
G2
didn't make
finding it hard,
franchising,
I
right?
think,
I
this
thought it was
launch, most of these players,
post-franchising.
especially holding
No, yeah, I mean,
tight angles,
like,
thorns, just
who's around now?
going to be ticking down the clock.
Here.
I've been phasing in and out. I'd
Chance
if it's
there for
just
Jay.
in the
Defense game's
Fortnite
12
or
in the-
not, but wasn't
in the grand
Georgimo a
finals. It was
Fortnite
okay.
player?
Time is gonna be
I don't know where George Mo played. Someone will know. Someone in the chat will know what George came
Damage
from.
done to Jorg, one shot to
Isn't
the
George
body.
just a
Yeah,
fucking
he's Java
Valorant
movement.
player?
Side
You know,
steps
Zach
in.
Stroh, he
Wasn't
was
Jorgmo
over
like
there.
fucking
Reveal it to
dying?
Icy as well, just trying to push these players out of the position. Superman does drop it, at least with the classic in hand, but instantaneous with the trade. And yeah, that's a shorty seen and watched for.
I think
Not
Verdi's
quite a
a
flawless, but
Fortnite
G2 are
player,
happy to take it with 4 players surviving.
What does EG's
Psalm
defensive
as well,
setup
yeah.
look like now that they can get rifles online? Yay, not able to pick up an operator. They haven't got the economy going for that. They didn't win the pistol. But first they've got to deal with the
Martine
bombs.
was also a Fortnite pro.
And I think it's going to be so
Oh,
crucial
yeah.
to get Ye and Icy into positions where they can rely on their playoff form. They have been so much better in playoffs compared to what we saw from them in the regular
He actually
season.
won,
It's all smiles still from nature.
event, I'm
The
pretty
score's
sure.
7-7. But this round, I think, is going to tell us a lot.
Okay, this is an important round though.
Bit of footsteps and a
EG
bit of
have to win.
util.
I love
G2 gather up control towards A main, building towards these ults. Jorgamon has that dimensional drift.
And he's out. But Ye doesn't know that.
Even Valen inserted as well.
Have your will.
Steadily making their way over towards B though.
And looking like they want to set up for a B split. Now, I said earlier that EG, normally the strong side of their B split is going to be through mid. For G2, it's going to be the opposite. Strong side goes through B main. So Jorg, he's going to be looking to give information.
Coming to Icy.
Find where the anchor is playing, and that is Icy, at least for now.
Yeah,
Spotting out.
They crash all the way, back for a bit of safety.
get
Savos
fucked
into the
out.
back of that, has caught. Icy
Icy,
unaware,
bro, what are you
revealed up to the
doing,
side, a spam. Will do it. Supplements it with most of that util. Backside control is there, is
like,
EG.
oh my god.
To try and play
Like,
this
you're
one
playing
back,
in
but
pale,
this
bro.
is an onslaught. Aggression is called for G2. Tempering it at the right times. They don't want to overextend. They don't want to overplay their hands. Jonah P, full stick now in through for it and up towards
Later,
the top.
Derek.
As that smoke dissipates.
This is
These EG players are being picked
wraps.
apart, but maybe
Oh,
Superman
what?
and Ye can activate. Running a few
What?
kills in a row.
What?
Oh my god!
Comes alive.
A 3v5? They actually
waiting
just
for the Ye
fucking won
round
a
all map.
3v5 flawlessly.
Every other time we've watched him on Pearl, he's turned up. And it took until round 15 in a 3v5, I think that was? With better weaponry, admittedly, but they still shouldn't have been that clean. How did these kills all come through almost at the same time? Credit to Superman too, because he managed to pick up a couple. But Ye, super clean and with a lineup
Oh my god!
on Leaf and Trent.
I hit that voice crack, bro.
You're allowed to in those kind of big moments. Potter can't believe it. That's the same kind of facial
Potter
expression
doesn't
that
know
she
what
was
the fuck is
making on
happening.
Lotus when Ye was pulling out magic. And if he starts doing it again, well, EG might be booking their tickets.
We're not broke yet.
One of the most unlikely of scenarios here. G2
If it's
will be
this
doing
close
everything
between
in their power to
G2 and
make sure that
EG,
is
like,
not
does
the
G2
case.
really stand a chance internationally?
If they pull it off, I mean, it's got to rank highly as one of the most ridiculous runs we've seen in America.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
Because I
Along
still
with
feel
EG
like
2023,
maybe not today, although on parts
the
of Split I
ridiculous
think we saw it
LCQ
again.
run.
But definitely
This
in their
is
games
a run
against
for the ages.
Sen
If
and
EG
100
can pull it
Thieves,
off.
we saw them,
Yeah.
like on the first maps about those, we still saw them
Pressure there with
play
Prowler.
incredibly well.
Let's give up the space to
So I
Spear.
would still say
Lineup of
it's
G2
in
just
them,
walking up on the backside
and they
of
have
this
a
one, trying to
massive
obfuscate the
break to
intention.
work on stuff.
It's going to be coming through at a moment's notice onto A, and it's all going to be down to Derek. Supermundo.
So I get what you
reinforcements
mean, but I
arriving,
do
and
think
now
like we know
what's
it's
the worry now
within
for that
them,
arc control is 48
and they'll have
seconds
time
left.
to
It's true,
fix
it's
shit.
just-
TP spotted, broken.
The best thing we see from them, I feel like, is a lot of the times is a lot of the
G2 going to
prep
get a bit of a
anti.
scurry on, but they haven't broken any of this util.
No, it doesn't look
But,
like
like,
a good
they're
pivot
getting
here, does
dicked
it?
on the
defense is
head-to-head,
still
man,
really
like-
spread out. Tons of Vice utility. already implanted on the B site. This is going to be an extremely difficult nut to crack.
30 with the Vice Thorns in the way.
There's so little time
Do
on
we
the
have
clock.
a TP? No
How did they
TP.
get it done?
I guess the only advantage for G2 is that it's only Nature home.
He's moving away.
He's got the stronghold set up. Put down the Thorns. Delaying most of this one here. There's only 13 seconds left on the plan. Needs to go down. It needs to be spotless. They haven't cleared back halls yet. See, salvos all going to be combined.
He's on a
Kill's
salvo,
going to
he
be
doesn't
found.
know.
5 seconds left.
Oh,
Good
did he
one to
have?
book it.
Oh, now
And it's
it's
killed,
No, it's gone.
screamed. Dropping players
Oh
like
my god, they're gonna go
flies.
to fucking Toronto.
The round
That's
is run out by
crazy.
EG. They realize it. They know
That's
it.
crazy. There's no fucking way, man.
That utility forcing Trent to
Wow.
plant out in the open.
There's no
He
way,
was
man.
doomed. As soon as the clock was down that low, he was doomed. And with every round that continues here, it gets more and more likely that your tournament favorites in Americas are going home and not able to go for that repeat attempt at a grand finals, another chance at a global trophy.
Evil geniuses.
G2 are going to take a tactical timeout.
Let's go.
Josh RT.
Second timeout. Here it is. I mean, again, that's a poor round by G2. Just like a last... I mean, it doesn't even make it. Like, just last second, just fucking let's run B. Could it actually happen?
I don't even know. Josh looks pissed.
I would be, to be honest. Oh.
Pressure, pressure, pressure.
The money isn't great. Astro
Two
from
rifles.
both sides. EG have to win this
We're
round.
really gonna force here?
This team
All right.
was aiming for.
Well, the two
right
guns,
from the
they
beginning
saved
of
the
this
two
year.
rifles.
Oh, okay, no.
Defining for a team like EG, where
One force,
expectations
everyone else is
run
chilling.
their
He's
lowest.
close to, he's not close to drift, so he can't even cheat it with the
Scrap
shotgun
together.
next round.
With players that
They gotta win.
no one really wanted. Second chances
Or
offered
save
up really
again.
for that chance to play in Tier 1. These EG
Nah, they'll
players
buy next
are
round. They'll just buy
hungry
a Stinger next round. I
to
think they'll
prove
jump.
absolutely everyone
On
wrong.
jog,
And
yeah.
you know what? It's not a full force for G2. There's only one player that's gone for the full hero buy, and that's Jorgon. The rest will still be able to get a buy together in round 18, so it's not as dangerous as it looks. It's not as big of a gamble that Josh RT has called. They're defaulting, getting rid of the Vice Wall over towards Art early on. And it looks like this time maybe they'll commit to the A split. Haven't run too many of these.
They're
The
gonna
drone over
push
towards
well.
B is going to keep Ye anchored. Derek goes walkabouts.
And spotted out there, Valen. Do you turn up the heat? Do you try and apply that pressure? Here it is coming from the side and round and wide to pull
Nice
the right
trade.
offset most of this one here, but a big
Oh, he
reveal
can't get out.
and an even bigger kill.
Fucking go.
Valen is quick to drop onto that one. Superman trying to hold the
Wait for
back
the
with the
wall.
cosmic
Good
divide.
shit.
It's going to split up and divide
get
most of
out.
this site now. G2 are able to get themselves into
And
the
this will
post
be an
plant.
eco for
It's
EG if they
great
lose
patience
this.
there,
fighting.
waiting for the ult. Are they ready to fight?
staying
They're
on
going for
site.
it with the fade ult.
Yes, Nightfall primed and ready. It's going to be cutting away
Smack
absolutely
off, yeah.
everything. Sound cues down and out and around. But nothing else to really step past this one. It's a threshold of their own making. But lying in wait, just seeking to
You'd be
delay
surprised.
and deny this chance here for them.
I know
Star.
EG have won some of these
Valen looking
situations.
to dominate and take control
Oh shit.
of the round itself. And what a call to make.
And now this
right.
is an
Play to make
eco.
overall.
Do
G2
it back in it,
done yet.
just because of one mistake. They should have. They.
Not
I don't know
punished for
whose
going
call
for
it
that
was.
hero buy on that single player. They're now going to have the
Whoever
economy to go forward.
Turned
What
back
a pivotal
initially
round
made
that
a
was.
huge
It's
mistake.
now not the
They had the
economy down
rifle
EG.
initially. Yeah, Derek.
Ultimates are going to start to get online for G2.
Was it Derek?
And
Was
look
it
at
Derek?
how
Who
good
was-
this
no,
team
I'm not
is
sure it
at
was Derek. I think it
maximising
was.
bad weaponry.
Was it
The
Icy?
reactive push through Art was perfect. Leaf hits a shot with the Sheriff. Valen always playing inside the smokes.
Yeah, you just
And
gotta
it's
push
writ
main there.
across
They had the
Icy's
right
face.
goal. They had the
Their
perfect
opportunity to
idea. They
dominate
had
this game
stunned
may
him
have just
and
slipped
salvoed
away.
him.
Now it's all going to be
And
a
then they,
heavy
for
grind.
whatever reason, decided to fight this. Like, no, just fucking push out here. Let them
Somehow
take
they
the
put the
space.
fucking map. I see a Bucky
Kill
in the
this
mid.
guy, and then
Hopefully
just
they keep
keep
that
running.
belief and the
It's dimensional
proactivity.
drift for the Bucky. Like anything's possible here. They got Armageddon as well.
Very
They could really
aggressive.
boast up this round.
Dash is
Ye needs
primed.
one kill here.
If Ye gets a kill, then I'm
Now the
with you.
drone
But
doesn't even use the dash to get the hell out of there. He's still staying around.
And even if they hadn't used that double initiator utility to clear, they still had a Vice Flash. So they could be pretty confident right now. There is nobody in mid. But that just means Ye might have gone a walkabout somewhere else, and you can see he's getting set up over on
Leaf
A main
solo
this time.
walking against the eco. Nothing can go wrong.
For a bit of a trap play of Ye's contact, but to give up on that idea now. A lot of pressure is
How
heard.
many can a Bucky get here,
Getting his way
really?
over towards the B side. Icy is going to try and drop this one down and shut it down entirely. Just the Bucky in hand, he barely gets away scot-free. Armageddon is going to be creating some carnage now. Slicing up most of the site. There's a time between getting all the way back in here. Connector is the name of the game.
Icy's
G2
chasing them
trying
down.
to run a bit of a swindle on them. All the way though. Icy is all in through the back of that A main control. It's going to be critical. Superman's going to hold this one down. Time of the essence once more.
They have to clear A main.
And G2, they need that extremity control. Leaf, yes, you found it. Consolation prize indeed. But Superman reveals his hand. Drops off control of this one. G2 are the ones that are going to be feeling the heat. Can you turn around and manage it in time? There's no cleanup. This is them being picked apart at the seams. Trent, last one to stand. Hit a 1v3, make it a 1v2.
Oh,
now 1v1.
This can't be that close. They did that with classics. With
Ridiculous. Ridiculous from Trent. Leaf was miles away. It really was the 1v2, 1v3 on the site there that Trent pretty much had to win. Leaf had got stuck on the B insert, completely out of the fight. And Trent did it all in an uncomfortable spot. Manages to find the pick onto Superman and turn around.
If he didn't self-flash, he wins.
Clean
That's
up
crazy.
Monumental. G2 not even forced to ask the question of could Leaf deal with that. Okay. Navigated.
The
But that was just
here
an
we go.
eco for EG. Now we get to see them with rifles and ops. Ye picks that one up. He has the knives in the back pocket too. They break drone early, which is going to allow him to step up.
No way. What is
this?
Oh my god.
Takes a peek. Takes a shot. In through the back as well. Icy will be pushed
is
out
almost dead every fucking round to this fade one.
Gonna teach them the name El Diablo.
And now he's just enabling Ye to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Rattling around people's brains for quite some time.
I mean, if used at all in the last couple years,
activated
if
his
used
double
ironically,
trigger, bro.
sarcastically,
This is crazy.
What the fuck is
referring
this
back to a
clone from
peak
Icy?
that most people thought Ye would not return to, and yet
He's trying to
this
bait them
run
as if he
has really showcased he's still got it. He still can be a powerhouse that takes people to podium finishes,
What
perhaps.
a shot by Ye. I mean, what a
Who would've
crazy
thought this
fucking
EG
play
team
by Ye
could be on
there.
the
First one where
precipice
he's
of making
drifting
top 3 in
across.
Americas, making a global.
It's crazy.
G2 stands in their way, but it's a 5v3 in this round.
Okay, don't use your
EG with
salvos when
all
they
of the
plan.
advantages.
That's the
They're playing
challenge.
safe. They're playing disciplined. Derek just spotting.
Oh, die instead, actually.
You can't die, man. You can't die. You can't die. If he gets multiple shots off you, then you fucking trolled.
And the whole
If he one-taps you, then fair enough. If he shoots 4 bullets at you and you die, you trolled.
They're forced to
On the
try to
pixel
make
angle,
a play.
yeah.
And this double push
No
from
way.
Fallon and
Oh, they're gonna
That
reflank.
double
Find
reflank?
Timings on timings.
Oh, this is
Mid-control's
mad.
also
All
being
in.
called for as well. This is it.
There's actually
Of course, you're gonna take
gamblers.
risks with G2.
Degenerate
It's a 3v3.
gamblers.
Yeah,
You need these
but
kills and you
they're
need
playing
them now,
against
and they're
EG,
gonna be
so they
finding
know
it
that
icy.
everything they
Drop
do
down,
is
that really
slow.
does reveal the hand and a whiff.
However, they're in
Jonah
trouble
P.
now.
Can't
Hold
manage
on,
control of this
do they
one. It's gonna
know?
be the pull rattled off nice and early, but they flipped the map entirely. Knives to the side, run into the side. Yay! Shuts it down.
What?
Slicing
you
and
trying?
dicing.
What are you even
4
trying there?
kills for El Diablo. And he might be the king of hell, but he is ice cold on this stage right now.
he's managed to push himself back up to the top of the scoreboard
That's a
for
nice
EG.
one.
If you were wondering, when is this guy going to come online? Well, it's rounds like this. He's had 2 of them so far on defense, where he just completely takes over. And this still had a lot of danger into it. Yes, the post-plant positioning is not actually great. Nature can tuck around on a steel box, and Leaf was left at
I mean,
flowers,
the
not
double
really able
flank
to
is
do
putting
much.
a lot of pressure.
Josh can feel the
Is it
game
Jonah?
slipping away. There's only 1 round in it, but the momentum, honestly, feels like it's there with EG.
It's fast and loose, called for by GT. G2, I should say.
My ult's ready.
Jorg, he gets the ult online. And G2, they're normally pretty good in rounds like this, but Jorg can sometimes overheat when the pressure's on in spots with his ultimate. Yay, on an aggressive line. It's really difficult to get anything
It's a
done with
massive
the ult
eco
when your
swing
opponent
round.
has a Yoru ult.
Whoever wins this round.
Who's next?
Drone for the reclearance out through A main. It's going to be the dimensional drift as well,
Really
pushing
see,
forwards.
yeah.
Not too much spotting many of these plays whatsoever, but there it is. Reveals it with the hand itself, and Superman steps up to it. He's being challenged, and a hell of a task as well to try and defend these players. Cloud burst, obfuscating, trying to hide it all.
yeah.
And yay, the thief in the night, he's managed to
Derek's
escape it
there.
all.
Holy fuck.
Stun is
My
huge.
God! What a time to step up, what a time to come alive.
Don't lose it, though. But they have spike.
Do not doubt them in
And
their
then
spots.
off.
And
If
for Trent
Ye
to do
hits
it
this
all
shot.
in a 1v2. Angle to the side, yay! Delivers
2
it.
rounds. Oh my god, it might happen. Why is it always Pearl? Why did G2 choose to go to Pearl last match? Why the fuck would you pick Pearl of all the maps to go to?
And then they were so focused on Ye again, they weren't
They
ready
could
for
have locked it
Derek,
on a set.
who
They could have
springs around the
fucking.
corner with a 2K. Ye was an incredibly expensive decoy in that round.
Yeah.
But what works, works. And EG on an eco now have to make something
Dude,
work
I have
with the
no
stingers.
hims. I have nothing left.
Otherwise,
G2
EG
on
have nothing
stingers?
left for this
Come on,
team.
Shao, you must be hyped. You must be hyped for this.
Points.
I have nothing left
3
for this
opportunities
team,
to
man.
convert and make it to Toronto. Eliminate
They've
the
taken it
tournament
away from me
favorites, the
every
team that
time. I've
nobody doubted would
prayed.
make it.
I fought the sun. I
Now pushed
fucking
to that brink.
a million lions.
So much
Everything
ass
for
of
this
them.
team, and they're losing to EG in
Scraps,
the
bottom of
third
the
map.
bargain bin is what they're working with to try and convert around like this.
And yet
What-
G2
what
so
more-
good at
what
putting
should I
themselves in
give?
position to make the
What
Stingers
more is
look
left,
broken.
bro?
If any team could do it with a bad buy like this,
Fucking
it would be
outstanding. I
G2.
believe. Come on,
To
brothers.
get it done. Yes, you have mid-control. Lying in wait, watched for by EG. That's Ye with the operator onto the one side.
You're looking for information, and then you're probably sight smoking. You know, if Valen has 2 smokes, he can pop them either side of that default, and you try to close the gap.
Looking to try and go into this one, a bit of stray spam as well. Trent catching a bullet to the leg there, but alive in time for the plan itself here. Now he is hyper committed, hard committed indeed. Salvos clearing away. Space to be called for. G2 want to try and fight.
It's entirely possible.
Nail, but Derek right back at you.
Big stun delay with the flash.
With a util in hands, but here's that steel
Where the fuck
guard.
is Leaf right now?
Nature lying
Let's
in
come back
wait.
to side.
Honestly,
Man,
no
some
stingers,
now.
that's a gig enough for G2.
Eyes on Jorgamo inside that smoke and a time in.
What is this? Nice
Timing,
dog.
barely going his way.
KTMB. Since the Sen matchup, G2 has been sus. Did Sen break them or something?
Pushing them back and away.
9 seconds on
No time.
Salvos for Trent.
No stick inside, going to be occurring for now as well, but straight spam has to do it. Superman sticking.
He's got time.
Shot. Nice out. Running your time. What are the chances in this round?
It's always the fucking thrifty, and EG have no money.
They have plot armor.
They have
It's
no money.
ridiculous.
It's they should tie this up.
Jorgamo's been, I don't know,
Holy
traveling
shit,
to London
never
or
stop
something.
I mean,
Believe
what
it.
is Ye
Close on
doing,
the
man?
locals.
You've literally seen
Brought a
him,
knife to a
and you get
gunfight.
knifed
How
by
did he
him.
manage to
It's
make the
chaos.
best
It's that he
out of
comes
I
out
mean,
in
how?
police
What is
work.
actually doing?
That is absurd.
He turned around, but that's
I knifed
nuts.
the guy again. I always get a knife kill.
And they've broken the economy of EG.
Holy shit.
Oh my god. I can't believe that, man. Something about EG and knife kills. Is this the moment we look upon as the start of a dynasty? The Jorgamo knife?
It might be. It always starts with a knife, huh? And it turns into something crazy for an A.
Phew.
It is cinema that we're
Look
watching.
how bad that buy
But you
is.
can cut the tension with a knife that's occurring.
It's
EG.
genuinely horrid, which makes me troubled, but here we
staring
fucking
at the
go,
barrel of
man.
An equalized
10-11.
map so far. Lighter weaponry at hand for them, and G2. They're relentless.
Come on, come on,
The
come on, come on,
classic
come
call,
on.
the
This
wreck
is one of those
call.
spots where you just got to
Against
be
an
clear.
eco, just go B.
G2 are the ones that really control
I mean,
the
they're
tempo
rotating
here.
in. No
You've
yay.
got to
No
avoid
yay,
running
no
into
problem.
stacks.
Keep that guy
And you've
away.
also got to avoid EG closing the gap on the retake. Now, they don't have a bunch of stingers. It's only
Is
Nature
Leaf
that has
gonna
one.
walk into Yay?
So you're worried about a
There's so many
classic
question marks,
from
man. He
Icy and
cannot be
Superman.
this far
It
up.
really doesn't look that dangerous. But Ye's got a Marshall, and we've seen what the Egos
Why are
can
we
do in this
taking down
game
the clock
already.
here?
He's got full control.
This is looking like EG right now. Just hit the face. Hit the face. Hit the fucking side.
Guesswork from EG as well. You can see it with the player positioning. Derek is umming and ahhing, but the time gets
just a
late
bit
here.
unsure.
Doesn't matter that EG have the weaker weaponry. Derek has salvos.
They're not going to expect Icy in the corner, man. He's going to get a pick, get a rifle, and then swing again and get a kill. Holy
Where the
shit.
hell do you run? Where the hell do you hide? Nowhere to go.
Nature
still.
scooped.
Cut up to the corner
Oh,
here.
they know he's here now.
Feeling like it needs to make a play forwards and around.
Jog is alive.
Trying to lay claim to most of the site. Still, there needs to be that clearance, and it is there eventually. Trading.
4v1.
This
If
logic
they
is
round,
this.
stop panicking. They got this.
Rounds
No,
like
no,
this,
no,
we get
no,
to
no.
see that discipline.
This
from
round was
G2.
over before it began.
They look clinical
We're
there,
chilling.
dealing with that stack, flushing out every little danger, and making sure that they tie up the score to 11-11. Round
Well,
17 and
11-11.
completely
Make a wish.
redefining this
You know the
map.
Valen's
And
hair
both
was
of them,
straight before the
both
player?
Super pivotal rounds going the way of G2.
That's crazy.
EG, if they end up losing here, are going to be looking back at both of those
Here we
and
go.
just feeling sick to their pits of their stomach. Here's another one though, and this one is going to take
Real
one of these
CG.
teams to a
Your
match
old
point.
asterisk. We could get a weird fucking game of tic-tac-toe with the fucking
guns
Astral.
be guns. 11-11.
Dude, my heart's
Similar
fucking beating out of
beginning
his
here from
chest right
G2.
now, man. I can't fucking do
Thrown
this.
forward to clone on top of it. Gets broken though.
What is this? Is this an
War's not gonna
old
be triggered. That
spawn
was the
play?
goal genuinely here for
Oh, he
G2.
broke it though.
It's a fake. It's a fake.
Well, the Utopian temp forwards though once more with that Cosmic Divider aiming
They got
to
Yoru
fake
here.
it to try and pull these EG players away, but they're up through mid, still walking around the site. Does anything give this one up? It's already a gate crash all the
It's
way through
worked,
into the back
kind
of their
of.
spawn as well. Reinforcements can arrive
Where
at
is Jorg
EG.
going?
Jorg is going all the way. He's going a distance
Where's he
right
going?
now. Revealed in hand.
It actually
Putting his
worked.
players out. Trying to dominate the map.
Yay!
Yay! On his perch, on his
see.
high ground position, EG. We're not to be moved from that vein.
Jay, what are you doing?
Fake himself,
What are
Hubbard himself, but a mistake is made, and wrapping his ray all the way from behind.
No
G2
way.
Laying claim and laying siege.
Oh my fuck!
There's no stopping this train right now.
And Jonah P, the lone Canadian that we could even send from Americas to Toronto, he gets the job done with a
Holy
3K.
shit.
He's been quiet in
The
this
wrong
map,
read from
setting up
Ye.
the rest of his team.
I mean,
But he wants to get
let's
there
call a
and play
spade
in
a
front of
spade.
the home crowd.
That's a choke. That's a choke by Ye.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just completely
One
unnecessary.
round separates G2 from Toronto.
If he stays
You see
up
what
there,
it
waits
means
for
to
his
him?
team, it's done.
EG, they could have
It's
been in
actually
control
done.
there. And Ye, with a dash in, a bit of an overheat, and suddenly it all goes wrong. EG are on a triple Guardian buy. It's nothing.
It's pushed to the brink. It's desperation at its core. And all for just a chance of overtime. G2, they're in the driving seat.
Contender for
They're
worst
looking for
round of the
much
year.
more. First kill claimed,
Super.
answered back immediately. Superman, quick with the trigger.
And this is where the players can get a bit ahead of themselves, the adrenaline absolutely pumping. Jorg got one, and instead of playing the 5v4, he swings forward, punished by Superman. Now droning out A, trying to keep the A players anchored to their spots, while the spike makes its way over towards B. A site thus far undefended. Gate crash just expired on B as well.
They have
EG,
Astral
they're doubled up to
Tail
defend double
for this
doors.
retake on B.
There's nobody coming
That
in
should
direction.
be pretty good.
G2 may end
You
up
can
here
Astral long,
having a
you
free
can
plan,
tail
being
wall
able to play
backside, you
posts,
can missile,
trying to
you can
Things all
do a
look set
lot of
up
shit
and
here.
tidy.
That would make it very tough for
G2 to
G2.
be able to make it through.
You see the wall, stars down.
The only problem
Spell
is
it
the
out nice and
fucking
pretty here.
miles
You've got to
away.
try and be coordinated here. Triple jump up, over and around. G2. Clone dealt with backside control is going to be theirs, but Derek has an ult lying in wait. This is Jonah People sticking this one as well. Taking that timing and a bit of damage in the
Didn't want
process.
to use salvos there. That was a terrible use of salvos.
Doubled up. EG.
They're
It's all on the
pushing
line
CT.
here and now, and G2,
G2 are pushing.
Yes, matters into their own hands. They realize it. Armageddon, they want to take the fight to him. Don't let EG take the initiative. Don't let them take that space and timing. Blind, out and around. Derek, he needs
Where
more
did
than
they?
that.
What?
He goes
what?
down without a second
That might be the
thought.
worst tail ult of all
And
time.
this wraparound is rapid indeed, but EG have got to do it all. Just nature and Superman side by side. Backs against the wall, shots need to range, supreme. G2 have a date with destiny. A ticket to Toronto, secured in their back pocket.
Holy fuck, why is it always Pearl? Oh, dearie
It's
me.
always
EG just choked at the end there. Those last two rounds, they choked.
Yeah, they genuinely did. They had that in the bag. They literally, that round.
The double flank.
Oh, no.
The double flank when you have Astral. I mean, just completely unnecessary. The tail ult also for the flank. Even though you're double flanking, like, even though they've already seen that, like, no one's there, like, not only have you gone for a double flank, your two flank players are so scared that they also have required a tail ult. Oh. Well,
damn, bro.
It's 3:50 a.m. I'm gonna sleep.
Enjoy. Later.
Goodbye. And goodbye, everyone. My watch has ended. I will be back tomorrow at some time,